I know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about popcorn. But anyway, hello,
Yeah.
lovelies! Hello, friends!
Hello!
Hello! Hi! Hi, we're here.
Hi!
I still don't have a stupid applause button, unfortunately.
There's this, hold on.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's right. Oh, man. But yes. Oh, there we go. Oh, thanks, guys. Wowie, this is great. Hold on a second. Okay, my Discord's being dumb. So if it glitches, I apologize, people. I updated my computer, I restarted it, it should be working just fine. If it glitches, it's not my fault. I take zero responsibility for my actions. This is fine. But yes, hello! I am Catherine_Naomi.
Yeah, I'm Don Voyage.
Yeah.
I'm Lack_Alpaca.
Yeah!
Yeah.
And we're the Talkaholics tonight! Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah! I did not prepare a script again. I'm upset. One of these days I'll learn.
Oh. I'll add that to our to-do list.
Oh, perfect.
Add script.
That's great. Yes, add script. I never know how to introduce this. It's I can't speak English. Yes. Eventually I'll come up with an intro. I'm used to being behind a counter in a cafe, and now I'm up on stage in a spotlight in front of an audience, and it throws me off, man. It really
And we're introverts.
Yes, us introverts over here. Holy cannoli. But hey, we try our darndest.
Right?
What, sorry?
You did post an announcement that you were going live, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Some people...
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, yeah, no. Some people are probably busy. Some people don't like change. Some people are just maybe not interested in tier list, and that's okay. I partially think...
I was just checking.
I partially think it's because we rebranded and people forget that. And when they go looking on their Twitch Live list, they see who the heck are the Talkaholics, and it's like, no, that's us. We're here. Ah!
We're here.
We're here. We're still here. We're still having fun. There you go. Jeremy gets first. Congratulations. Let's go.
Wow. I was first. Thank you.
There you go. Congratulations. Yeah, all the golf claps. Yes. How are we doing tonight, friends? You got what's right?
Popcorn.
Yeah, you got popcorn.
Yeah.
Peppermint. I got caramel. Do one of you guys want to swap? I'm not the biggest fan of caramel.
I'll take caramel.
There you go. Swap you. There we go. Perfect. Now we're all happy. This is fine. Don't worry, friends. This is fine. I also quickly want to... Dom, did you bring your duck back into here?
He never left.
Dom, we talked about this.
What did we say about pets on set?
We talked about this.
He's well behaved.
Anyway, pay no mind to the quacking. That's just my phone text tone. Yep, I'm getting another text, guys. Holy moly. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we are here today, the 8th of September, 2023, to discuss character arcs. And do that in, of course, our favorite fashion tier list.
Yes.
Tier list, let's go.
So,
we love our tier list, and we're determined to get this one done in one episode.
Yes.
So,
exactly.
It's determined, because we have a schedule.
I guess if we start now, then we should be, we'll get through it. So, let's jump on over there, folks. Or I guess jump down there. We're now sitting with you guys. Don't worry, we're one of you.
Yeah,
we're one of you guys. One of the
hanging out
audience
with
members.
you guys.
Yeah. We're just ordinary folk like you guys. It's okay. But there's nothing special about us. Except we got popcorn. Y'all better redeem your own popcorn, because I'm not sharing.
Yeah, I'm not sharing none of my caramel popcorn. If you want your own popcorn, you can redeem it with your points.
Yeah, your one singular point. It only costs one
It's pretty
ticket.
cheap to get popcorn.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty cheap to get popcorn around here.
Yeah, we're all about pleasing the people, so we're not about making the moolah. If you catch my drift.
Yeah.
It's just making people happy, and what makes people happy? A good old bag of popcorn. You know what makes people happy?
It really does.
These two are not about making. I am. Feel free to subscribe. Black_alpaca.
Oh, jeepers. Yeah, oh, by the by, yeah, give all these lovely people a lovely follow, because this is just kind of our group hangout spot, but we all have our own individual channels, so be sure to go check those out. Be a fun time.
If you click all the little... If you hover over the names, you can just hit the little heart and follow everyone.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Title of the podcast.
You don't even have to leave. You don't have to leave the comfort of your seat. You don't have to leave the comfort of this channel. You can just hover your mouse over there. Potentially if you're on your mobile. I don't know how that works. I haven't looked. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm not sure.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, we have. Okay. Oh shoot! You didn't see that. There was nothing there. There's nothing there for you to see. It's a complete surprise. Don't worry about it.
It's a surprise.
Never know.
But our tiers tonight are character art goals. They grow up so fast. On your way to being amazing. Did you really learn your lesson? And my favorite, why are you here?
Why are you here?
She doesn't even go here. That's always what my head goes to. Like, she doesn't even go here. Anyway, but yes, those are our tiers of the night. And we're starting off with a very good boy, one of my favorite good boys. We got Prince Zuko. And if you don't know Prince Zuko, you're missing out on life. Go watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Don't bother with Korra. If you do watch Korra, just watch the first season. It just gets very confusing.
I don't know much about him.
Oh,
I've only seen a little bit.
Right, that's on our list of things to watch. I forgot.
I know a good portion about it. I know a good.
Oh, good, perfect.
It's been a while since I've seen Avatar.
Oh, it's so. Again, I will still fight Charles on this. This is not just a kids' movie. Adults can appreciate it too. It's good. Regardless of your age, it's good.
Just like Bluey.
Yeah, just like Bluey. What was that, Jeremy?
I said, you mean show? Avatar isn't a movie.
Oh, sorry. Yep, my bad. Yep. No, there's no movie. There is no Avatar movie. I am so sorry. I meant show.
There might be, but like.
We don't talk about that. the thing that must not be named.
There's a live action movie.
No, we don't talk about that. No, we don't.
So, I'm gonna say with Zuko in the "Why are you here?" he learns absolutely nothing and has not improved at all.
I will throw you out of this theater. What the heck are you talking about? What are you
doing? You want me to find a window so you can defenestrate him?
Yeah, please do. The nearest exit.
That's obviously that's not what I actually think. I just wanted to get the reaction.
Okay, good. I was gonna be upset for a second. Like, wait a heckin' second. Did we watch the same series? That's not how I saw.
I watched the live action version.
Oh, Lord help us all. This man. Good lordy.
I didn't, by the way.
It's probably good I'm sitting in between you two.
Yeah, good.
I've never seen the live action version.
Oh, I have a very sad confession to make. I didn't
I
didn't see the animation until after I watched the live action.
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
poor
watched-
soul.
We watched the live action. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like this is interesting. And then one of my friends was like losing his mind. He's like, no, that is awful. They ruined the entire thing. You need to go watch the animation right now. So we went and we watched the animation, and I was like, oh, I am a little bit upsetty spaghetti with how poorly
The movie
they
turned
did.
out.
Yeah, I'm like, why was I exposed to this first and that later? I am upset. I'm very upset. So,
Yeah, for my own safety, I've chosen not to watch the movie.
yeah, 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Unless
Good to know.
unless you want to cringe the entire time. But yeah, anyway. So our boy Zuko here. This is how big of a transformation. Sorry, Dom, there might be a little bit of spoilers. I'll try to keep it brief.
That's okay.
So our boy Zuko goes from very first season, I need to capture the Avatar to reclaim my honor, to second season where it's like, okay, everything I've known is a lie. Who am I? Who do I want to be? What do I need to do with my life now? To I'm gonna partner with the Avatar and we're gonna save the world. Like, it's such a beautiful journey of, like, yeah, you see like this kid, in a sense, like teenager kid, whatever, but this kid go from being who he is because of terrible people who made terrible choices that affected him to, okay, like, I was living in survival mode and thought that if I did this, this, and this, that things could get better, that people would love me and accept me, and now that's blown up in my face. Like, what do I do now? And just like trying to find himself in a sense. I don't like using that phrase very often, but in a sense, like refinding himself, like re-establishing who he is as a person, and watching him as he journeys through like his ups and downs and stuff, and is swayed almost in in a sense swayed back, like lulled back into a false sense of security, only to thankfully wake up and be like, nope, it's just going to be a never-ending circle of this pain and hurt and suffering. I'm going to break that circle. I'm going to break that hold on me. And now I'm going to choose a different path. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to acknowledge that I've made terrible choices. I've made mistakes. I've hurt people. I want to do better. I want to apologize to people. I want to make things right. And I want to, in a sense, atone for his choices and his hurts and stuff, which is really, really cool. Because nobody likes to admit when they've done something wrong. Like, me, myself, and I, hi. But it's just so cool to see, like, not just an adult do this, but it's a kid. A kid is recognizing I've made bad choices, I've done bad things. Like, yes, it wasn't all because of me. I've also been a victim in throughout a lot of my life, but I'm not going to stay the victim. I'm going to break out of that, and I'm going to get better, get stronger, get healthier, and do good. So, that's my 2 cents.
He sounds like he has pretty good character development throughout the show.
Oh,
Again, I've only seen part of the first season.
So it just gets better and better all along the way. It's so good. Anyway.
I'd say he definitely has some really good character development.
I think for me, like, the big thing is getting to journey alongside a character and witness their ups and downs, and like it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? it's very relatable in the sense of it's not just like a snap your fingers, I'm good, I'm better, this is fine. It's a no, like you go through the doubts, you go through the highs, you go through the lows, you go through everything that you've known trying to lull you back and pull you back in and stuff, and just, oh, this is hard, I just want to give up. And yeah, for 3 whole seasons we get to journey along this kid and see that. And for me it's like, oh my gosh, like that's like, I find that relatable. Like, is my father the emperor of a country and like terrible? No. But just the, you know, I want to be a better person and the ups and downs and struggles of that. So yeah, I am a Zuko stan. Fight me, everybody. So you guys can probably guess.
I don't think anyone intends on fighting me.
Well, I'm just saying. If anyone decides to come out of the woodworks and be like, "Oh, Zuko sucks," you gotta know where my face is. Yeah, be prepared. In the words of a wise old lion, be prepared. But yeah, you guys
Didn't
probably
that lion kill his brother or something?
Shh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, just because he was wise doesn't mean he was a good guy.
Fair.
Anyway, you guys probably can guess where I want to put him. I'll leave it up. I would like to hear your guys' 2 cents.
I definitely think this is like peak character development. This is one of the really, really good ones, so it should definitely go in the top.
Yay!
That's fine with me, because again, I don't know a whole lot. So, but from what I heard, from what you said, it sounds like he should be at the top.
Ah, always. Bestest boy. My good boy. Even in first season, I'm like, my sweet boy, sweet child. One day you will learn. It'll be hard, but one day you will learn, and you will grow into a beautiful butterfly.
Beautiful butterfly.
Beautiful butterfly. Anyway, alright, moving on. Because, it uploaded them wrong, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. But next, we have Vash the...
It's
what?
fine.
It's fine. We won't worry about it. It's fine. Next we have Vash the Stampede from Trigun. Would any of you guys like to take this one?
I am not super familiar. I've seen a few episodes here and there. I'm not super familiar, but from what I can tell, from what I have seen, there's not a lot of character development. Not in the sense of like he's a bad character. He's a good character. He has a solid story, and the way he acts is, you know, it's good for what you know character he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But there's not really. He kind of suffers the same kind of problem that old Shonen Jump characters kind of suffer from, like the same problem that all of them kind of suffer from, and they kind of stay the same. They get older, but they stay the same, more or less.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. Go ahead, Dom.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I was about to do that myself.
I looked over and you started talking, and I was like focusing on 2 things.
Wait a minute.
So I half watched Trigun when we were watching it for Anime Afternoon.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't the big fan of Vash.
That's fair.
I wasn't a big fan of his character, so I didn't really feel like he had grown much from what I had seen. Again, I only half watched, and I missed episodes at times, so
yeah.
I would probably put him at the bottom somewhere, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say, Kat.
Yeah, like I threw him on here simply because, like, I enjoyed watching his story. there is character development, but at the same time, like, he already started the series with, like, love and peace was kind of his message. He didn't usually go the best way about it. And he was a bit of a bumbling buffoon and a womanizer. Well, not a womanizer. I don't know. He's just a big flirt.
That's the vibe I got.
Yeah. So, would I date the guy? No, but
old cartoon. You gotta remember the audience they were
for
catering
sure.
to back then.
Yeah. That's why I'm not going too hard at him. I will say, like, again, like, spoilers. I keep forgetting to tag spoilers in this. Hold on a sec, guys. I need to go. I need to go.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. Oh my gosh.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Oopsie. There we go. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. So with
Fandom Freakout's just one big spoiler in general. So.
Honestly, it should just put spoiler all across the top of the screen. Be like, obviously spoilers. Duh. Kind of like how it should have ended, or not how it should have ended. Oh no, they might have spoilers. Duh. What's up?
I was gonna say I don't think they have spoilers for how it should have ended.
Oh,
because they don't talk about how it actually ended.
CinemaSins, that's what it is. CinemaSins has spoilers. It's like, duh. So, but yes, with Vash, like, his whole journey is trying to stop his brother because they have very different perspectives when it comes to the human race. And Vash is very much like, they deserve a chance at life. They're fighters. They just want to live. They just want to live their lives like anybody would, like we want to. And yes, they're not blessed with basically immortality like we are, but they deserve to just be left alone so they can just live out their lives. Whereas his brother is very much like, nah, we need to crush them like bugs because they're disgusting and wah, and they want to fight more and wah. Even though that's what I'm basically doing. Wah.
I agree with one of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I personally agree with them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, so he's already got this, like, mindset. And yeah, his character is kind of doofusy. But again, he already starts out with this goal in mind. The only character development we see is where his Wolfwood challenges him and is like, "Kay," because he's very much like, "No, I won't take anybody's life," and stuff. And it's like, well, sometimes in war you have to take a life. In order to save a life, sometimes you have to take a life. And it just rocks him to his core because he firmly believes, like, no, I shouldn't have to kill anybody in order to make the world a better place. And so I think in the end, he respects that view. He's like, okay, I'm not going to look down on you because of that, but I'm going to still try my best to not do that. So in the end, he ends up not killing his brother. I forget what exactly happens. He, like, takes his brother back or something? I can't remember. He's able to, like, talk his brother out of wanting to destroy the world. Or the human race or whatever. And that's about it. So there's not really any change. Like, again, I love the show. Good characters. But as for character development, there's not a whole lot there for him. So I personally would put him in the did you really learn your lesson?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Don't tell Charles, guys. Don't tell Charles.
I mean, if Charles was here, you could defend him. I would love to hear why he
True.
the other one.
Yeah, I sent him an invite, but I know he hasn't been feeling well. So, Charles, we miss you. Hope you're feeling better. Sorry, not sorry. Putting him there. This is fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Alright.
Alright. It's fine. Alrighty, moving on. We have Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm gonna give Dom the talking stick because I
Yeah.
already know she's gonna want to talk about it.
Yeah, so I would also just like to note there were two other Marvel characters I had thought about putting on this list.
Oh.
I refrained because we're going to talk about them in the next Fandom Freakout episode in my Marvel rant in the Marvel rant episode.
Ooh. Okay,
So
okay.
that's why they're not here, because I have a lot of thoughts.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm proud of you for
But
restraining yourself.
yes. um but for Rocket, he was actually not one of my favorite characters at first. Like, when I first started watching Guardians of the Galaxy, I could have told you my ranks of all the Guardians, like from favorite to least favorite. Now it's very, very hard. Because really, for all of them, they all have so much growth. But especially for Rocket, and seeing in the third movie, like, what all he went through. Like, his whole backstory is, like, very intense and very sad. Like, just going from him being just this little innocent raccoon to being essentially tortured, taken advantage of, and all of that. Going from that to just becoming the confident little raccoon that he is, and also growing from being cocky and kind of just going on his own or just being with Groot, he finds a family. So there's so much growth from just the start, seeing how he started out to how Guardians 3 ended. There's so much that happens. He learns how to find a family, he learns how to work with all of the other Guardians, and you can see how much he truly cares, like, for all of those people, and learns to, like, help other people as well, not just the people in his group. So, yeah. It's just, he has such good growth, and it's so good.
Right?
So, yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. He was not my favorite character. Like, eventually he grew on me. But then the third one, oh, I was a mess. I'm like, if this rock cold-hearted raccoon dies, I'm storming out of this theater right now. I'm gonna just lose it.
Yeah, James Gunn about got sued for emotional damage for all of the scares he did for my poor little fangirl heart.
My little heart is just,
That movie was so much.
Oh, so much! Oh my gosh! Like, ugh!
But yeah, and
So
especially, again, at first I could have ranked the Guardians and who was my least favorite and all that. But after even just watching the first movie so many times after I watched it for the first time, I grew to love all of the characters. And then seeing them just grow from that movie to where they are now is just, it's so good. It's so good. And Rocket's growth is, it's so good.
I mean, I just want to say Rocket was my favorite from the moment I saw him in.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Because it's a raccoon, and his best friend is a giant tree that says, "I am Groot." How do you not like that? That's so funny.
That's fair.
And he has guns. That's silly goofy. He's just a little guy.
And he has all the knowledge and know-how of the big pew-pews. So
yeah, I mean, but the main reason I like him, other than him being a raccoon, is as a story writer, I can think of many reasons why a character would only have like the one friend they look out for, but for the most part is kind of cold, cynical, and it's never a good reason. And I don't mean good as in like, oh, that reason sucks. I mean good as in like it's not a good time when that happened. You know, that reason was not a good time or good experience for said person. So immediately I was like, okay, that's whatever this backstory is, it's gotta be. I think my only issue with Rocket is, and I haven't seen the third movie, but I know the backstory. I'm not uneducated to the backstory, but I haven't seen the third movie, so I'm not entirely sure. But from what I've seen from the first two movies and all the other movies that Rocket is in, while he has grown and matured a bit, one of the things he continues to fail to move past is the experience of his past.
We're watching the third movie.
Okay. Yeah.
I've told you this for a while, but we need plans so that pick a day and we'll watch it.
I'll think of a day. I'll think of a day.
Okay.
There you go. Let me know. Can I watch 2, please? I want to watch it again.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, sure. As from what I've seen, from the movies I have seen with him in it, he hasn't had an opportunity to move past the experiences yet, and it's kind of stunting his growth mentally, in a sense, because one example I can give is when they were in the like marketplace or whatever, in one of the movies, and I think Rocket was drunk. It's been a minute since I've seen the movie, but he was about to shoot down the big
in the first one.
In the first one, yeah. In the first one, he was about to gun down the other dude and probably the green lady as well, because they were calling him rodent and pest and monster, and he is just having a complete and utter breakdown. And it's like, okay, all right, you need therapy. Let's how about you figure that out before you do anything else?
That's fair.
I wouldn't put him in. Yeah, I wouldn't put him in arc goals, but I would put him in the second one.
They grow up so fast.
I would put him top of arc goals.
I will say, because I've seen both, I think I'm more inclined to put Zuko above Rocket simply because there's 3 seasons worth of Zuko's character development, and there's ironically there's 3 3 movies of Rocket's character development.
3 movies.
Yeah, 3 seasons, 3 movies, you know, a little bit different. But I would I'm torn. I would put oh man. Again, if you haven't seen the third movie, then They Grow Up So Fast makes sense.
Yeah. Like, again, without third movie, I feel like They Grow Up So Fast is accurate, but after third movie, no, he goes up the he needs to be in the top tier.
Yeah, like, again, he's kind of gone on the same journey as Zuko. Like, okay, my whole vision in life, my whole foundation of my purpose in life has been smashed to smithereens. And you get to see him struggle and journey through that, and then come out on top of, like, I'm choosing to be a better person. And that's what the third movie brings us to, that conclusion. Same with Zuko, with the third season. This one's the third movie. So, I, too, would put Rocket in character arc goals. Just not above Zuko.
I can agree with that.
I'm okay with that.
I was gonna say, trust us.
I'm okay with that.
Trust us with this. We'll show you the third movie, and then it will all make sense. But yeah.
Yeah, then you'll be okay with it.
If I also hadn't seen it, I would put him down here for sure. But because I've seen the third one.
Yeah, again, I would agree with that assessment. Without the third movie, he would go in the second tier. But with the third movie, there's a lot of Rocket content in it, and it's
there
really
is.
good.
Holy cannoli! I never thought I'd get that much Rocket storyline,
especially with how this freaking movie starts. I was not prepared.
Oh, I was not ready for that either. I was like, what?
Out of the gates.
So sad story. Little fun fact: I was stuck outside of the theater waiting in line for popcorn, and because we got there late, and so my friend was super stoked to
have
watch
you seen the beginning?
I missed the first 5 to 10 minutes of the movie.
You don't even. Oh, okay. You don't even know then.
I just showed up and I'm like, what is happening? And he's like, okay, let me. He's like trying to quickly whisper it so that we all sit down. and he's like, I'm like,
Okay. Okay.
But
So
yeah,
you haven't been fully traumatized yet. Okay.
yeah, not quite. I thought I was traumatized, but holy cannoli, I missed out on a lot. So. But yes, yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
we got okay. This is. I have a confession. This is probably one of my top anime crushes. Is Greed. So I'll try not to be too biased. Jeremy, you've seen this,
Will this
right?
have spoilers?
Yeah, no, I've seen that. Did you just ask it? How dare?
Yes. Would you rather deafen, or do you want us to be? Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. If you want to deafen, we'll call you back.
I can. Okay.
Okay. All right, Jeremy. I'll give you the mic for this one. I'll give you the mic for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, so Greed definitely had character development. He's all bias aside, I don't think he belongs in character arc goals because like even though he has changed for the better and he's like, yeah, okay, maybe people aren't the scourge of the planet. Maybe I can get along with a few of these guys. He's still at his core a sin. And I mean that literally for anyone who has seen the show.
Yeah.
In chat, anyone, he's literally the sin of greed. So it's in his nature to want and to take, and it's just something that he still to this day can't get over. He did have a lot of time to change after his original friends, or as he called them, his property, was slaughtered by Fear Bradley, and he was turned into a new form of greed in our
little
friend Ling. Yeah. Slowly but surely, Greed started having flashbacks, having memories of what happened, and that allowed him to kind of feel emotions he had never felt before, and it allowed him to kind of evolve as a person. Granted, it was really late in the series that actually happened.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We were starting to get closer to the end game when Greed actually had any kind of development. I would say personally, with how he is in his current state at the end of the show, he's definitely I guess at the end of the show he dies, but
unfortunately,
I would say definitely a yeah. I would say he's definitely they grow up so fast because even to the bitter end, even though he did sacrifice himself, it was all in the goal of like making sure to protect his quote unquote property, the things he saw as his, because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna own the world. It belongs to me.
Yeah.
So I would say he definitely goes in that they grow up so fast, but not the character.
Oh yeah, no. As much as I love this man, I I would also not put him in character arc goals. Like if he had more time, I could see him like evolving into a way better version of himself. However, we don't get that.
Oh, for sure.
I was thinking either like lowest I would put him is tippy top of On Your Way to Being Amazing. Highest I'd put him is tippy top of They Grow Up So Fast. So I agree with you there, Jeremy. So let's put
I could see him in the yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I agree with you. Now we just gotta poke Dom back. Baby, come back.
Oh.
Come back in, Dom. There we go. Dom! Hello?
Dom!
Hello? It's me.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for letting us nerd out about this character.
Yeah, just for a moment.
I haven't gotten to talk about Full Metal Alchemist in a long time, so I'm really happy to have someone that I can talk to about it. And soon we'll be able to talk about it, Dom. It'll be glorious.
Yes.
It'll be glorious. Okay, so moving on from Greed, we have
Mhm.
Gaara from Naruto. What was that?
What?
Oh, I thought you were like.
I didn't do the extra part, but I did like breathe in like that.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. I'm kind of shooketh. A
You
shooketh.
shouldn't be.
I'm kind of shocked.
I don't know. I was just making weird noises.
Oh, you need to stop, man. I'm actually sensitive during these tier list things because no one ever agrees with me. But yes.
Oh, I mean, I think I know where you're gonna put him, and if I'm right, I definitely agree with you.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, I will give you
Oh.
the talking stick then. Because Naruto is kind of more your jam. I could share, but I feel I feel like I would skip out on some important things because I'd forget some important things. And I'm going to be talking a lot about a lot of these characters, so I want to make sure that you can talk about as many characters as possible.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm definitely gonna say he's up in the top, like for sure. This character, along probably with another Naruto character I see on the list already, are some of the most well-developed characters in anime. Some, not all, but some.
Oh yeah.
Because Gaara, as a child, right, he was mistreated by everyone, including his own family. His mother died at a young age, and he was cursed with this "quote unquote" demon, which is just like the same thing that Naruto got. He got the silly, goofy monster, and no one wanted to be around him. Everyone treated him like garbage. He never had any friends. Even his own family, like his actual uncle, I think it was, because I think it was his mom's brother, was like, "Look, buddy, pal, I tried to kill you on your father's orders because, he trusted me to do it because I've told him multiple times, and I felt this way for a while. I hate you with everything, every fiber of my being. I hate you. You are awful." I was like, "Whoa,
and
that's kind of crazy." He's
like
just a little baby at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that led him to become cold-hearted because no one ever really cared to get to know him. They just saw the mark and was like, okay, steer clear of this guy. And it just wasn't fair to him. And eventually, we meet him in the story of the main character, Naruto, and Naruto understanding Gaara's pain because he's been through the same thing. He's like, "Look, buddy, I get it. Me and you, we're cool. I'll be your friend." And like, even after Gaara tried to kill Naruto and destroy the village that he lived in, Naruto is like, "It's okay. We can cry together because I feel your pain. I get it." And that led Gaara down a path of recovery. And it allowed him to heal, knowing that he has someone who can relate to him and someone who doesn't look at him like he's some sort of burden or disgrace or monster. And it allowed him to pursue higher goals like becoming the leader of his village or leading a massive army to save his friend Naruto later on in the series. It allowed him to mature. It allowed him to become more educated. It led for a lot of really good character, which, like without Gaara in a lot of the story, some of the things in the story just wouldn't have happened. Like there's a lot that Gaara as a character affects plot wise, and it's because Naruto led him down this path of recovery that he was able to do these things, and it's good character, good development.
Well said. I agree. Now here's my hot take. I would put him above Zuko Like, part of me feels like Zuko's character was somewhat inspired by Gaara, but with like different variations of it. And also, considering like their character arc journey and stuff, Zuko had Iroh. Gaara had literally nobody. And he still came out on top as, I'm going to be a good leader for my people and fight for my friends. And it's like, give this man a prize. Give this man a flippin' prize. Anyway, that's my hot take. Does anyone object to my placement offer?
I don't know who this is, so I trust your guys' judgment.
Okay, Jeremy, any objections?
No, not at all.
Perfect. All right, my boy's going to the tippy top.
I can, real quick, I can tell you right now, there's gonna be a character on here that I'm gonna have for, and Dom.
Wait, what was that? You cut out there.
Wait, you cut out. What did you say?
Something about.
There's a character on this list that I see, and I have a hot take for it, and I can already tell you, Dom will not like this.
Oh no! Okay. Well, we'll put a pause on that for now. We're gonna wait on that.
When he shows up, I'll say it. But for now,
I have a suspicion, but okay.
It's gonna be this next one, Dom. You ready for it? Hot take. Let's hear it, Jeremy. Hot take for Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh is better than every other character. Top of the list. No,
Jeremy, we're not talking about who's better. We're talking about who's got the best character arc development.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Winnie the Pooh started as Winnie the Pooh and then developed into Winnie the Pooh. There's no better character development.
It's like a panda situation all over again.
All characters on this list should strive to evolve into Winnie the Pooh.
Alright, so for anyone who's watching is like, what the heck? Why is Winnie the Pooh here? Excellent question. We just needed a hee-hee funny joke character so that it wasn't completely top-heavy. Winnie the Pooh, in my humble opinion, has zero character development. He is literally a bear with a silly little brain.
He's the same... Yeah, he's the same silly old bear through and through, like, which is not a bad thing.
Oh no, not at all.
There's no growth.
Yeah, no, he's the same Pooh yesterday. He's the same Pooh today. He'll be the same Pooh tomorrow. Like, that's it. That's all. So, I'm gonna just throw him on the wire here. Okay, we can all agree. Yep. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, thanks for bearing with our ha hoo hee hee. Wait a minute.
Oh, bearing.
Him and Vash are almost the. Him and Vash are almost in the exact same pose. I just realized.
Oh my god, they are.
Who wore it better?
Oh my god, they have the same color. They have the same color shirt and everything.
And he's blonde. Hot take. Who wore it
Hot
better?
Take.
No, Winnie the Pooh is the manga version. Vash the Stampede is the anime adaptation. We just changed a couple of design choices to make the character more appealing.
Yeah, we changed.
But if you look at them side by side, they're the exact same.
It's the exact same.
I need you to spot the difference between these two. They look exactly the same.
They're the exact same picture. Oh man.
I love you guys. This is great. This is real comedy right here.
Oh.
Liam, you got banana bread. Let's go.
You got the banana bread. I need to send you more popcorn flavors.
Yeah,
people are getting these too easy.
I got it twice in a row last week, and now
Winnie got it once too.
Winnie got it once too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And welcome in, Hyena. What was that?
Yeah,
I,
guys, stop stealing my banana bread. I mean, it's there for everyone to share.
it's
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, for
Uh-huh.
sure, yeah.
Uh-huh. Everyone gonna share.
Uh-huh.
Sharing is caring. All
Uh-huh.
right, moving on, because look at this derpy face. My gosh, I'm in pain, but trying to work through it. Oh, hon, I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
Ooh,
Praying for you.
That's not fun.
I
No.
believe in you.
Yeah, and Pooh Bear believes
Yeah.
in you.
Pooh Bear also believes in you.
Or is that Vash? I can't tell the part anymore.
I don't know.
I don't know. It could be one and the same. Okay,
I'm
Dom.
not
I'll
sure.
give you the talking stick for this one. I'll give you the talking stick for this one. It
Okay,
is
I might need
Violet.
help with this.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I will pop in when you need me. But yes, here's the stick. Have at her.
Okay. Okay. So Violet had she goes through a lot. She has a lot of trauma and different things she has to work through throughout the entire show. We haven't watched the movies yet either.
Oh, we
We need to
haven't.
do that.
We gotta do that. Add to the list.
Um um but she starts out, how does her story, like, she
So
gets
basically, she is a child soldier. She gets thrown into this
yes.
war, and she's basically trained to kill, destroy, but follow orders of whoever is
Mhm.
the biggest kahuna in charge of her.
Yeah.
And so basically a brainwashed weapon in the form of a child.
Yeah. So then when she's older and out of the war, she has to just learn how to basically be a human in a sense and
Mm-hmm.
her own person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just her like going through, she gets a job and she learns about other people's stories and she wants to learn what love is. And it's just, it's really sweet and cute and it will make you cry with all the different stories she goes through. And
Mm-hmm.
uh Lady M, I tried watching it, but
It is hard. I
Violet
cried.
Evergarden can be a very heavy show.
Yeah, I think I cried every other episode, and I watched this while I was overseas, so I was already
Mhm.
homesick, and then I'm watching this,
Oh.
and then I'd come out of my room, and my homestays would be like, "Oh my goodness, are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm just watching a movie," and I do that like every so often, and they started looking at me like, "Why are you watching it if it makes you cry?" I'm like, "But it's so good." But yes, oh, it just absolutely wrecked me. Yes, no, definitely have to be in the right headspace, and
Mhm.
yes, that is a-okay, hun.
Yeah.
No judgment here at
Yeah.
all. But yeah, basically, goes from being a brainwashed weapon of mass destruction to
Mhm.
someone who is slowly starting to understand feelings and emotions and why people think the way they think or act the way they act, and
Mhm.
just how to live a normal life of peace and bringing joy and helping others, and just so beautiful, beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
My heart. I would also put her up in character arc goals. Maybe at the bottom of the list though, but
Yeah.
I won't put her up
Yeah.
there. Any objections?
I agree with that.
Okay, perfect.
I haven't watched.
Okay, perfect. Now we're
You
putting it up
haven't
here.
watched it?
Oh, that's right. I don't think he has. Ah, what was that? Weird. Anyway.
I've seen like 2 episodes because you guys were
Uh-huh.
watching it on like I think you guys were watching it on Anime Afternoon.
Anime. Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, we did. And it was, oh, my heart. I cried. I laughed. I cried. I cried some more. I cried again. It moved me, Bob. It was fine. I'm fine. I'll get over
It's
it.
fine.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine.
But yes. All the emotions, Em. Literally all the emotions.
Exactly.
Good golly. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Mr. Tony Stark in the house. Let's go.
Woohoo.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. When I think of Tony
Mhm.
Stark and character development, all I can think of is the first movie. Like, everything else, like, yeah, he's growing, he's learning and stuff, but all I can think of is the first movie.
Interesting.
Like, he literally goes from, like, millionaire, playboy, spoiled brat, I'm gonna do what I want, to, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die if I don't get out of this, to getting back to, I guess, normal society and being like, questioning everything, be like, okay, why are we doing this? What are we doing? How is this affecting the world? How is this affecting the globe? And you see that as, like, the movies go on and stuff. Like, again, he finds out, oh my gosh, my weapons were used to destroy these countries or these cities and stuff. And, oh, then 3 broke you? Honestly, unfortunately, guys, I don't really remember.
The third movie is my favorite.
I don't really remember the third. I think I was really sick when I watched it, so I don't really remember it. I'm kind of sad now.
The third movie is my favorite. It's, in my opinion, it's the best of the 3.
I might have to go watch it again.
Iron Man.
And then, of course, Endgame. I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm so upset.
Yeah.
I personally,
I
feel like he didn't learn too much. Like, I feel like he's on his way. He was on his way to being thing. Either like the top of that list or at the bottom of They Grow Up So Fast. Because even though he, like, you know, he came back from the first movie and he was like, oh, I gotta question this. I didn't realize that this was happening and I feel so bad. You wanna know what he also did? Proceeded to make more weapons and then proceeded to laugh at the government when they were like, hey, you can't do that anymore. And then proceeded to have what do you mean? That's what happened. They pulled him. Granted, they were trying to take his weapon and say that it was military.
Okay,
property.
which movie are we referring to?
I'm scared.
I think it was. I think it may have been the second one. I'm not entirely sure.
So, yeah, fair for that movie. But if you go, like, again, he learns his lesson in Age of Ultron as well because he tried to save the Earth, but ended up causing issues. But then you go to Civil War where he has to confront what he did in a sense of with Sokovia. Can I get back here?
No, I'm scared.
I've seen you monologue.
I'm scared. I don't. Mom and Dad are fighting. I'm scared. Are we good?
In Civil War, okay, you sit over there for a minute.
Okay, I'll sit over here for a minute. Okay.
But in Civil War, he has to confront what he did, and he realizes, oh, we shouldn't have this much power. We shouldn't do all this. That's why Civil War happened, was because he was like, oh, we shouldn't have this much control. We shouldn't have all of this.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
You're right.
What
you're saying?
Okay, no. Like, counterpoint. You're right. He did do that, and he said, "Oh, we shouldn't have all this power." And then what does he do? He gives like a 14-year-old kid super suit armor that can kill people. Remember that? He also just so happened to get that kid killed in space by an alien. That happened. He killed a child because he was like, here's the super suit, come hang out.
But he told Peter to stay grounded. Peter followed him. That was not his fault.
Yes,
and then he did everything he could to protect him. And then he had to deal with all of the pain of watching everyone die around him and try to get back with Nebula. And they were the only two that survived and go through all of that in space.
I really want you to really think about this for a second. I'm going to give this child superpowers, and then I'm going to tell him to do something.
He already has superpowers.
Hold on. I'm just giving an example because I want you to realize how ludicrous it is. I'm going to take this child who has superpowers and make him even stronger and make him feel as if he
was going to be a mentor.
I get that. But hold on, because you have to realize how redundant this sounds. I'm going to take this superpowered child, give him the ability to be extra superpowered, and then I'm going to tell him not to come help me. After I've become a father figure to this child, and this child has an emotional attachment to me, I'm gonna tell him not to come help me out in space in the weird metal donut that's flying in the air, because I know that child is definitely gonna do that and not come save me because he doesn't have an attachment to it. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
I can kind of see your point, but again, the issue is he didn't fully know that Peter would follow him in the first place. Like, he told him to stay grounded.
No, he didn't know
Like, that was... No, he didn't, because then he was upset that Peter followed him.
I'm saying he didn't know that, but he also didn't know that Ultron was going to go crazy and lift a city into the sky.
Can I give my 2 cents?
Yes,
please. Yes,
please. It's also your show.
It didn't matter where Peter was; he would have gotten on the
at the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't really Tony that killed him. It was what's his face, the big purple Barney guy.
Thanos.
Yeah, that guy.
Yes, no, you're right. While you are right in the skew of Tony, Tony feels like it was his fault, right?
Oh, for sure.
Because he gave this child who already is putting too much responsibility on his own plate and gave him even more responsibility.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's like, hey, you have superpowers. You're trying to make a difference. Here's a high-tech military-grade supersuit developed by space magic. Have fun, kid. And then just kind of left him to hang out. Like,
can I also give my 2 cents?
Yes, please, God.
Please
Tony
go.
grew up without a dad. What do you expect him to do? He's gonna be like, okay, surely this kid knows how to deal with this.
Yeah,
suit.
do you know the trauma he went through?
Doesn't know.
Do you know the trauma he went through, especially knowing like what happened to his parents and just like
Tony? I know.
I'm in the middle, guys. I see both your points and I agree with both of you. I'm just playing the devil's advocate and bouncing back and forth.
No, that's fair. No, you're fine.
Good.
You're fine. That's fair. Yeah. No, I mean, it's the same reason I also agree that Batman is a bad superhero, because Batman pretty much does the same thing. Rich kid, parents died, became a superhero. He sees other kids that are in the same situation as him, and he mentors them and trains them how to properly execute somebody with their bare hands and turns them into lethal weapons. And then when he's asked why,
no.
And okay, so you're gonna tell me Robin isn't a lethal weapon?
Okay. Are you saying that Tony did all of this too?
No.
He teaches them to kick butt. Batman was very anti-unaliving people.
Okay.
But they do have the power to, but he teaches them, like, again, I agree with you, like, it's kind of like, couldn't we just get the kids therapy? But anyway, this is what worked for him. It's like, this is what could work for them. And here's this power to fight crime and make sure that doesn't happen to anybody else. And yeah, with that power, you definitely could do some serious damage on many people, but that's not what it's for. Kind of like the whole thing of, like, dynamite was created to help blast holes so they could build the trains and get across the country. However, you could take a stick of dynamite and go do some bad things with it too. So it's just that's my argument. Anyway.
In the real world, if you learn a fighting technique such as Taekwondo or karate, you can literally, under law, be registered. Your hands and feet and your body as a person, you can be registered as a deadly weapon.
Oh, really? Snap.
That's real thing. At least here in America, if you know a fighting style like that, and you have trained under that style, and you have either mastered it or are in the process of mastering it, you can be classified as a deadly weapon. And I feel like I think, don't quote me on this part, but I feel like depending on what state you're in, you have to get a permit to be in that state because it has like a permit only carry law.
Oh my!
And
you have to get a permit for yourself.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Funny.
And also, Batman doesn't quote unquote kill people. He goes, it's some rich emo guy in a bat costume who goes beats up mentally ill people in a dark alleyway. Okay, let's not joke about this. He's not a good guy. He's a bad person, and he brings children into his little escapades and makes them into bad people, because now it's just mentally damaged children beating up mentally damaged adults. It's not any better.
As much as I
I'm
want
just saying.
as much as I
Go
want to
ahead.
keep debating this with you guys, we do have quite a few more characters to go, but we will talk about this at some point,
Yeah.
Jeremy,
That's true.
because I do really like Batman, and I would. Well, I don't know if I'd fight for him now, but anyway. So Tony Stark, guys, where do you want to put Tony Stark?
I personally say on your way to being amazing. I feel like towards the end, before he died, like after Peter died, that's when he really started.
Have you watched the third movie?
Yeah, I watched it. Do you want to know what he continued to do after the third movie? Build his enterprise. So Stark Towers was still there. He still built robots. That's still a thing he did. Those are still deadly weapons, and the government still wants them. He didn't change at all.
Aren't some of the Marvel movies at like different points in time? Or am I just
There's a whole
thinking of the wrong movies?
timeline. I mean,
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if those were like in between the whatchamadoodle, the Iron Man movies or whatnot. I'm trying to remember here. Sorry,
Iron Man 3 takes place after Avengers because he's dealing with his PTSD
Oh,
from
that's
going
right.
up in the black hole. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, with all Jeremy's points,
I would put him in They Grow Up So Fast.
See, I'm torn because I get Jeremy's point, and I would also put it in On Your Way to Being Amazing. But I also get Dom's point, and I'd say They Grew Up So Fast. I'm upset.
You're the deciding factor here.
I don't want to be
the deciding factor.
Okay, let me put it this way. My OCD is screaming at me to fill that hole in the middle. So how about
Then he better stay at the top.
Yes. The only reason I'd put him in there is to put him on the very tippy top. Because again, as Jeremy so kindly,
if he gets moved, he's getting bumped to the end of They Grow Up So Fast.
Yes,
I don't care.
Yes, if anything, he's getting bumped up, not bumped down. I completely agree with you on that.
Cool with that.
As much as I do appreciate Tony Stark, Jeremy has reminded me that yes, there are flaws to his character. Again, love the guy, great guy, does a lot of good, but there are a couple things, again, like, not that he was doing it maliciously, but because that's what he knew. So So anyway, now my OCD is happy, and we're not going to put any more on here. That's all.
Now we can no longer put any more people on here.
This tier list is done. Thank you for coming in, guys. We'll talk to you guys next time.
we have Bachelor Stampede on 2 of the spots, but it's okay.
No, that's Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, is it 2 of the Winnie the Poohs? Okay.
Yeah, it's 2
Oh, I could have sworn. Oh, I thought we just accidentally doubled the picture. And I was like, wait a minute, why are they in 2 separate columns? Oh, it makes sense now.
Crazy. I mean,
It's his cousin.
It's his brother, his twinny.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna pass the talking stick over to Jeremy again for Luffy. Which, if you guys haven't watched One Piece already, good luck. It's a very
good luck. Jesus, yeah, it's really really long.
Yeah.
So from where I'm at in the story, I would definitely say somewhere in They Grow Up So Fast, because he started out with a lot of trauma. Pirates kind of running rampant in his hometown, and his grandfather not really being the best of people.
Nope.
His grandfather would just kind of leave him stranded in like jungles and stuff and just be like, I'll be back in a week. Don't die or anything, but I'll be back in a week, I think. Maybe.
Oh man. If only you knew, man.
Yeah, right. Pirates would constantly kind of bombard the town he stayed in. His only kind of saving grace was this warlord named Shanks, and he's pretty cool. He gave up his arm to save Luffy from a sea monster, and that was also pretty traumatizing considering Luffy can't swim anymore. He ate a magic fruit that turned him to rubber, and now he sinks. I think the part that really affects Luffy as a person, which allows him to grow, is towards the I forget the name of the arc, but it's where they go to save Ace. And major spoiler alert.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah, they go to save his older brother from the Navy because they're gonna put him to death because he's a pirate. And Luffy pushes himself practically to the brink of death. Like if he did anything else in that entire arc, he would have died. He would have bled out and perished. And it was devastating when like he's on his last leg. Him and Ace are trying to escape, and Luffy gets caught up, and he's about to get killed by one of the Navy admirals. And Ace just kind of jumps in, saves Luffy at the cost of his own. And so, unfortunately, Luffy gets to have the experience of having his brother die in his arms, and everything he just spent days, weeks, months doing kind of be in vain. Because he spent probably about 2-ish months trying to get to the point to where he could save his brother. And no, it was all within a week because when he read the newspaper, it was he spent an entire week going to save his brother. And
going through hell and back. My gosh.
Literally going through hell and back between underwater prisons to vice admirals trying to take his head. He went through hell and back, all of it to be in vain. And it really, and from where I'm at in the story, it's really affecting his mental, because I recently just finished the Fishman Island arc, and towards the end of that arc, he has wounds that are like now reopening up, and he is bleeding out. But in this process of bleeding out, he's so blinded by this trauma of losing his brother that he's willing to kill himself to make sure nobody else he cares about gets hurt. Because that's the promise he made. He said, I promised I wouldn't let anyone else die. And he is pushing his body to the absolute limit. And by the time it's finished, he's slathered in his own blood. It's just absolutely devastating. He's like, I did it. And he's just, slowly dying, and he's like, I did it. But he's, at the end of the day, and this is the reason I say he's probably in like they grow up so fast, he's still just the silly, goofy kid that he is. Like, yeah, he's matured, he's become stronger, but he's still goofy. He still doesn't take certain things seriously. He's constantly on the hunt for some food. It's just, he's still goofy silly and less serious than he should be in certain situations.
Yeah. Just touching on the Ace arc. Like, and it's not even like, I don't know, those romanticized deaths even. Like, it's not like a slice and dice, you're done, but they converse a bit, and it's like the whole, like, I'm having trouble breathing, I'm feeling colder, and, like, just, like, the harsh reality of death and dying, and it's like, poor Luffy's dealing with this, while also this entire war is going on around them, and it's like, my heart, this kid's gonna need therapy, and there's no therapists in this world. Like, my heart. But yes, I agree.
It's really rough, yeah.
They grow up fast is a perfect spot for where you're at right there. Would you say above or below Greed, though, Jeremy?
For now, I'd probably say below.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the end of Greed's story, and I know what he's, and I'm still yet to see all.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I would agree with you on that. At the point that you're at, especially, yeah. So. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got Shoya! Tom, would you like the mic for this one? Or wait.
I'm going to let you do it because you know him more than I do.
Okay. Just want to make sure people
I've
have
only seen the movie
moments.
once.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so if y'all haven't seen A Silent
Yeah.
Voice, pause this stream, go watch it, then come back and watch the rest of this VOD because it's so flipping good. It touches on a lot of like not that they're no topics, but a lot of topics and subjects that you don't usually see in movies and TV shows and stuff. But
Quick,
they
quick warning if you go to watch that movie. It's very heavy,
oh
so
yes, very heavy.
You
be
Not
can say.
as
prepared.
I'd say not as heavy as well, actually no. Eh,
I would put it
there's
probably
moments.
same level as Violet.
Let's just say at the very beginning, you don't realize it at the moment, but at the very beginning, this beautiful being is on the verge of unaliving himself. But as you can see, he's alive and well. He's fine. But it does touch on subjects of depression and physical disabilities and oh man, there were so many like just social anxiety and all sorts of things. It's crazy, but it's so good. So good. But anyway, this is Shoya and we start off with him as a youngster who is just the life of the party, the class clown, and but he's a bit of a bully. And like you see him like not quite bullying his friends, but also being like it's my way or the highway, or I'm right, you're wrong. And I got to be funny, so I'm gonna put other people down. Not as bad, but then our other main character enters, and she's deaf, and he senses that people don't like her. Oh, people think she's annoying. Oh, well then I'm just gonna go out of my way and be the class clown and annoy her so that everybody likes me more, which results in her leaving and the other kids isolating him and bullying him when he gets found out because they all put the blame on him. And just, yeah. So, anyway, he grows up with that, being isolated and alone, and these kids constantly spreading rumors like, oh, he's a bully, he's terrible, like, don't talk to him and stuff. So, basically, he grows up alone and depressed, whether or not he realizes it, and just wanting to, like, end his life. But then things happen. He bumps into the other main character again, and is like, I wonder if I can like make up for my past sins, my bullying and stuff like that. And so he makes the effort to try and be her friend, to be kind, and to make amends to his wrongs. He also meets up with some of the people he knew before and make amends with some of them, and others he just gets triggered emotionally, which is fair, because if you got bullied and abused by someone, you would also be emotionally triggered or traumatized. And yeah, it just goes through his journey of that, all the while how do I word it? Like his attempt to become better, but also uh realizing like, oh, maybe I should have apologized to her first rather than being like, hey, can I be your friend to make up for not being your friend before? And just communicating how he felt and working through the grief and the anger and stuff like that. But by the end of it, he's made amends with people. He's figured out more of how he should go about his life or why his life is worth living and stuff like that. And it's really cool to journey alongside with him. So I would say I'd put him either. Oh, Tony's at the top there. I would say he's on his way to being amazing, because again, he's coming around, and I'm excited to see. I would be if they carried on into his adult years, but I'd be excited to see where he goes from there. You know, because he's still just a teen. It's one movie,
Yeah.
and he's in high school.
Right.
It's, I think, over the span of maybe a year. Maybe not quite.
That
Can't remember.
sounds right, but I don't know.
So over the span of maybe a year, he's come a long way. So still rooting for him, but I would say he's on his way to being amazing.
I say that's a fair placement.
Yeah?
I'm cool with that.
Okay, cool. We're
Yeah.
gonna put a boy there. Here we go. Our sweet baby boy. Alright. Okay, so Jeremy, hear me out with this one. So I realize that yes, Itachi has a little bit of character development, but I more so added him for the fact that we as the viewers have no idea what's happening behind the scene, but as things unfold, it feels like there's character development there. But it's really just us learning more and more about his secrets and his life and his struggles and his hardships. And so to us, it's like, oh, this is amazing character development. But really, we're just learning more and more and more about how awesome and amazing Itachi is. So, but I will give you the talking stick because you know more about Itachi than I do.
No, what you say makes sense. Yeah,
Okay.
no, because technically, from a technical standpoint, from the viewer, yes, it feels like character development because when we are first introduced to Itachi, he's seen as traitor, as scum. He joined an evil organization and is after our main boy Naruto, who horrible main character, by the way. Anyways, besides that point, we feel as if we learn about Itachi, but in actuality, this is how Itachi was from the very beginning. We just didn't realize it because we didn't know what was. So he hasn't actually changed much. We're just now learning that he has changed in the past. So technically, he could go and wire you here, but for a different reason than Winnie the Pooh. The Master Stampede.
Itachi does not deserve to be in the same. Actually, no. Winnie the Pooh does not deserve to be in the same ranking as Itachi.
No,
but yes, carry on, my friend.
Because, I mean, he didn't really. Like, Itachi didn't really learn any lessons. Everything kind of went according to his plan for the most part. He was like, okay, my brother's gonna get stronger, he's gonna hate me, and he's gonna become more developed, and then he's gonna come find me and kill me, and then I'm gonna give him my super duper ultra powers, and then he's gonna be even stronger, and he's gonna protect the village. Which, at the end of the day, towards the end of the entire series, Sasuke shows up and he's like, I'm also gonna protect the Hidden Leaf Village. It was like, okay, well, good job, Itachi. You predicted it.
You done did it,
That's
boy. Oh, see, I was looking at it from the other way, like, as a viewer, like, we see this progression of, yeah, like, Itachi goes from, like, oh, he's like this menace to society, this terrible person, whoa, and by the end of it, he's like, I did all this to save the village, but also to benefit and help my brother and stuff. So the quote-unquote arc journey is more so us viewers. But I would still say it's an arc journey nonetheless. But that's just my 2 cents.
Well, if you want to consider it an arc journey, then he would definitely go up with the other 4.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's why I'm like, I'm not putting him down with Winnie the Pooh. I'm putting him on the other end of the spectrum, Jeremy. Read the room! But now, where would he go at the tippy top is the question.
I mean, if you want my biased opinion, Itachi stands above all others because he's literally the best character.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. Itachi, best character, hence why he was tippy top of side characters. Unfortunately, we're going with character arcs, not just best character. Yeah, like, it's awful. He had to unalive his entire village. I think that's absolutely horrible. At the same time,
it really is.
He grew up with his family. He grew up with his brother. he but then he
I would
got torn
say
down.
under Rocket, above the lady from.
Oh, totes. Yeah. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Dom, what are your thoughts?
I don't know who this is, so wherever you
Okay.
guys feel is best.
I'm sorry. Well, we're
For a
keeping him
little
under Rocket.
context,
Okay.
yeah, for a little context on basically, he grew up kind of the same way as the Evergarden girl, almost like a
Uh-huh.
child soldier.
Uh-huh.
He was part of a secret assassin organization called the Anbu Black Ops. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
sent out to deal with the most dangerous of people. And due to like political standing, he was ordered to execute his entire family and
Hmm.
entire lineage, his entire
Mm-hmm.
village, pretty much. And they were like, "You even have to kill your brother." And so Itachi was like, "Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna kill everyone but my brother, and you're not gonna lay a hand on him, or else all these secret government files that I just so happened to have stolen 20 minutes ago, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
give to every other country." Later, and then he disappears with a bunch of birds.
Yeah, basically. So, but again,
Yeah, and
yeah.
he's labeled a traitor to his country, and he's hunted down.
When
No
really he's
told Sasuke.
yeah, when in reality he saved his village from his family because his family was going to unalive the entire village. Be like, no, we are the village now. We are the strong tribe. And he's like, nah, fam. I'm
Yeah.
here for the village. I love you guys, but this is bad. And then, yeah. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
it's really
Yeah.
complicated and it's really sad. But long story short, Itachi, best boy. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I'll say. Ah, Jeremy,
Next character.
it's your favorite character.
Hasn't loaded for me yet. Oh, this guy.
This
Oh,
guy.
why is he even? That's I shouldn't have to say. This. Why are you him? Yeah.
I will.
Honestly,
Okay.
below Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, so here's my 2 cents. So,
Mm-hmm.
terrible father, hex yes. Awful, cruel, menace to society in the form of a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no. Terrible, terrible father of the year award. However, eventually, his youngest son, decides to be the bigger man and is like, okay, yes, I loathe you for how you treated me and my mom, and just the childhood that you ripped away from me, basically, by trying to force me to be
Mm-hmm.
um a basically a mini you, and to become better than you in All Might. But I'm gonna be the bigger man, and I'm going to follow my dream of being a hero, but I'm gonna do it the right way, not your way. And so I forget what exactly happens, but this man starts to recognize, you know, am I absolute dirt? You know, I might be absolute dirt. I might actually be a terrible, terrible human being. I think that's correct. And so he's currently where I am at right now, in the process of trying to be a better person. I will say, I don't think he's apologized to the full extent as he should have.
I was gonna ask.
I think
I was gonna ask. It all starts with saying sorry, really.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's been a sorry, but I don't think there's been a deep, sincere sorry. But he is in the process of trying to be a better person. However, it is still under construction. It's not the damage has been done. The bridges have been burned. Everything is still under repair. We are baby stepping here. So, do I think he's a great character? No. Do I think that people deserve a second chance? I will say yes, simply because if I did something, I would hope and pray that someone would give me a second chance. So,
Depends on what to do.
fair. But yeah, I'm gonna put him in Did You Really Learn Your Lesson? Simply because there is that desire to make amends, but it's coming very slow to the point of like, okay, do you fully understand just how awful you were to your son and your wife? So
Mhm.
Okay,
that's
a
where
counter
I'd put him.
argument.
Yeah, what's up?
Counter argument. The reason I believe he should be under Winnie, genuine argument, right? It took this guy three kids, one wife, three kids, and like 40 some odd years to get to the point where he's like, maybe I'm a bad person. I should probably do something about that eventually. Every episode of Winnie the Pooh, because it's a kid show, they are always teaching kids something, and Winnie the Pooh is the representation of the kid. Through Winnie the Pooh, like the Winnie the Pooh learns something new every episode, and much like the kids, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that. Now I know," and he never makes that mistake again. So, therefore, Winnie the Pooh technically, by technicality, has a better character arc than Endeavor. Just saying. Just pointing that out there. That's my
That
counter
feels like
argument.
a fair argument, actually.
All right,
Why
I'm
does that
gonna
make sense?
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here and counter your argument.
Yes.
I have read, what was it? I unwillingly just randomly discovered this. Apparently, this man was a good father at one point. Like, he was a good person.
Oh.
He loved his kids, he cared about his kids, and then something happened. I don't know what. That's what I haven't gotten to, but something happened to make him become obsessed with producing an heir that could beat All Might. But
Dobby would like to know your list.
No, I'm just saying that's how I found out is because of Dobby. It's because of Dobby. He genuinely
I don't actually watch the show. I have no idea.
Oh no, I read this. I stumbled upon some manga chapter. I think it was on TikTok or something. But yeah, it went through how like this man legitimately cared for Dobby and was like, your power is hurting you. You need to stop using it, please. I don't want you to get hurt. Which I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. This ain't Endeavor. What the actual crap? This man, this jerk of a jerk is saying to his son,
what the heck and freaking?
Yeah, is saying to his son, please stop using your power. Please stop using your quirk. You're hurting yourself. I don't want to see you get hurt. This is dangerous for you. In like a gentle and kind manner. And I'm like, what the? So that's the only reason I'm coming to bat for this man is apparently it wasn't his entire life. It was he was a good husband, he was a good father, and something went sour. And then he just die-bombed onto the other end.
I counter argument. You don't just suddenly become bad. There are people who will lie and deceive. It's called manipulation. When your son is a child, right? If you're trying to produce a stronger heir to beat your rival, because you know you'll never be able to do it, as a child, you want to make sure they know that, like, hey, I definitely totally love you, and I don't want you to kill yourself with your power because you're supposed to be the guy that beats up my friend. Yeah. You scruffle their hair and stuff, and you pretend to care. And then they get older, and you realize they won't do it, and you're like, well, I guess I'll throw you in the trash. Try again. You know, restart.
Yeah,
16 years.
that's...
Alright. I
I don't
digress.
like that.
I'm waiting for another counter argument.
I
get what you're saying, Kat, with that, but I haven't seen that yet with him.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So...
I haven't seen it in the anime yet. I just stumbled upon that chapter and was like, oh, so he wasn't a butt from the beginning. Like, and again, like everyone makes choices. And so yeah, maybe there was a competitive side to him, but I'm just in general, like I'm fine putting this character wherever, but in general, no one chooses overnight to be I'm going to be a terrible human being. It's a slippery slope. You start sliding into it. And I know that people can go through traumatic events in life and just give up or become hyper focused or obsessed with things. So, just throwing that out there. But yes, where would you guys like Endeavor then?
Under one of the Winnie the Poohs.
Under one of the Winnie the Poohs. Which one? There's two of them.
I'll roll for it real quick. High is for Winnie the Pooh in the Did You Learn Your Lesson? Low is for the regular.
Alrighty.
Okay, put him under Vash.
Alright.
Lucky day, Endeavor. I was gonna put you below a child show.
Thanks for the stretch, Em. Big stretch. Alrighty. Is it that time? I think it's that time. I am going to go get some popcorn. You guys deal with it yourself. I'm gonna go off stage over here for a bit. You guys have fun.
Oh yeah.
I think this is where things go down.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the character.
Call if you need help.
Okay.
Would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
You know what? I'll let you start, and I'll tell you how you're wrong.
All right. I believe he goes in. Did you really learn your lesson? Why? Because the entire Loki show is just
okay. Hold on. Right, stopping right here. Stopping right here.
Right.
We are not talking about Loki in the show. We are focusing on Loki in the movies, because those are two completely different things right there.
They're the same thing. It's the same person.
No. Because the Loki in the movies dies. That is his character arc right there. The Loki in that is a variant. So his character arc is completely different. The Loki we're focusing on this is the movies, so only talk about the movies.
Okay. All right. Okay. Even in death, he was kind of like he never really turned it. Like, let's be honest. There were times when he got brotherly with Thor, but for the most part, he kept trying to do the same thing over and over and over, and it got him killed by the big purple Barney man. That doesn't sound like development to me. It sounds like he got killed for trying the same thing he always does. Granted, this time, he lied and deceived for a better reason than he normally does, which is, normally the haha funny. But it still is, it's not that much of development. He's, it still got him killed.
That's not the reason why he got killed, though. He got killed just because Thanos found them. And because of his past mistakes, he kind of had to deal with that. And I'm holding in a rant right now. Save it for a future episode.
Yeah,
I know, because it's a whole thing. It's a whole other thing. But
from what I saw of the movie, when Thanos was in the ship and they found them, Loki was going to be spared because he's like, hey, obviously he was lying because he wanted to try and kill Thanos, but he was like, hey, I don't care what happened to my bro. I'm cool. Me and you, we're Gucci. I can hang. I devout my loyalty.
Because he was lying to go kill Thanos.
Okay, and what has he done throughout his entire life and has never changed a single thing about himself. Lying and deceiving people for the wrong
He's
reason.
the god of mischief. What do you expect?
I expect him to at least know when not to do it. There are times in the show,
but he was doing it to save everyone because Thanos was gonna kill everyone either way. But he was trying to get to Thanos and kill him beforehand. Again, holding in a rant. I have a thought on that.
Oh,
Makes me mad. But anyways.
Here's the thing though. His entire effort was in vain. He should have known better than anybody because he was he was the one who did the attack on New York to begin with on Thanos' order. He knows Thanos. He's aware of the power that Thanos has, and now that he has the silly goofy rocks in his silly goofy glove, what makes him think he's going to be able to do it? Literally, Barney has a glove that has god powers in his glove, and he's like, "Oh, you know what?
I'm gonna say a quick thing because I can't hold it in any longer.
Say it, Dom.
The Russo brothers don't know how to handle a lot of characters. They don't know how to handle character arcs that previously happened and carry them on over into a new movie. The Loki kill was so cheap. It was so freaking cheap because Loki would have known better than to go about that whole thing how he did. So yes, I get it. He was still trying to bring it back. Okay, I agree that what he did was like bad because it was just bad writing in my opinion. That never should have happened. That never should have went down that way because Loki's a lot smarter than that. He's a lot smarter, and he learned his lesson, and he came around, and he was wanting to fight and save Asgard.
You are right. You are absolutely right. But here's the thing. Did that happen? Did Loki change? Did he go about it a different way? It's better if they're bad at writing their characters. What they did is they killed Loki for doing the same silly goofy. And as much as I agree with you, Loki is a lot smarter than that. Loki is big brain. Probably one of the bigger brains, other than like Tony Stark, right? Biggest of brains. But that doesn't change the fact that he died. Like, he's dead. Big dead. Like, that's what it is. He died because he couldn't get over his own goofy antics of, ooh, I'm Trickster God, me gonna do the tricky wiki. And then he tried to stab Barney, and Barney snapped his neck. It's, you know... I agree with you, though. They're horrible at writing characters. That's why I'm not a fan of Disney, mostly. They're employed by Disney, so Disney's at fault. I blame Disney for most of my
Well, Russo brothers aren't completely bad, but having all power over all those characters don't... Okay. Yeah. I know where I would put him, but where would you put him, Kat?
I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys do it. I haven't watched it in a long time.
All I'm saying is, if I can't use the show to prove my point, you can't use the fact that the Russo brothers are bad writers.
Okay, but my point is that they're completely different. Just like we couldn't just throw President Loki right there because that's a completely different character.
President Hoo-ha?
President Loki. It's one of the variants.
Oh, right.
Or even the alligator Loki or whoever. We can't throw those ones on there because those are completely different characters. Just like the Loki in the show is a completely different character from the Loki in the movies. You reach at Avengers, and that's where it splits. That's where you have the movie continuing on the movie Loki, and then you have continuing on with the show Loki.
There's a big difference between the main character Loki in the Loki show and the alligator Loki that we see later on in the show.
It doesn't matter, it's still a variant, so that's all that matters. This is a variant, so we are going off of movie Loki.
Okay, But the argument that I'm trying to make at least is actual canon. You're trying to say that something that isn't. Yes, I'm not saying you're wrong. The Russo brothers suck. They are bad at writing, and that's just what it is.
Okay, Em's giving her 2 cents. I want to hear what your guys' 2 cents are. Where would you guys put them?
I'm kind of agreeing with Em, but I would put him at They Grow Up So Fast.
Okay, Jeremy, where would you put him?
I guess I'd be willing to put him on Your Way to Being.
Okay, if we're doing that, we're moving Tony up.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sold! Moving around, there we go. All right, everybody, me too dumb because I love him. There you go. Okay, I think we're good.
I know, Em, I know, but I gotta take a win somewhere.
Look, all I'm saying is the main character from the Loki show is the exact same Loki from the Avengers movie, just the one that didn't die. The only difference is that he didn't die. That's the only difference, and that's why he's a quote-unquote
No, there's
variant.
not. Okay, you have the one that goes from the first Avengers movie that doesn't get all that character growth with Thor to go on a completely different adventure as a variant with the TVA. And then you have the movie one that goes on that adventure with Thor, doesn't go to the TVA or anything. Those are two completely different, like, storylines and character arcs.
I thought the Loki that is in the TVA is like
Loki?
Thanos tried to kill him,
Nope,
and then he just didn't die.
Nope. Loki and the TVA is when the Avengers went and did their timey-wimey stuff. Loki got a hold of the Tesseract and warped away, and then the TVA came and got him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. But even still, you can't use the Russo brothers' bad writing if I can't use Loki show, okay? That's not my fault that they suck at doing character development.
Yes!
Oh, Megamind is our next character?
Yeah! Anybody
He's
want to
cool.
take the talking stick?
I've seen the movie a couple. It's really good, actually.
I'm giving it to Jeremy. Go for it.
He is probably on the bottom of On Your Way to Being amazing. He starts as a villain, like the standard twiddle his mustache, gets away with the crime, escapes the superhero kind of villain. And then the only reason he kind of wins is because the superhero is just like, I've been doing this for like 20 years. I'm tired. I'm gonna go hang out like everywhere else that isn't here. And the villain just kind of runs rampant. And that's where Megamind is just like, it's good to have won, but now I'm bored and I feel bad because everyone is sad and I don't have anyone to hang out with anymore. And then his fish is like, well, you got me. And he's like, yeah, but you're always here.
He's a fish.
And then he eventually goes on this rampant of trying to make a new hero. And then he ends up making this guy called Titan. Titan turns out to not be a very good hero. And he turns out to be more of a villain than even Megamind was. And so Megamind has to step up because the actual original hero that he was fighting with doesn't want to be a hero anymore. He's like, I just want to hang out. I'm done being a hero. And he's like, okay, I guess I have to step up and be better. And through him stepping up and accidentally making this villain and growing connections with some of the people in the movie, he's like, okay, maybe being bad isn't that. And he becomes a good guy, technically.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah, I'd put him bottom of On Your Way to Being Amazing.
I'm cool with that.
That's fair.
Yeah, cool.
I agree with that. Because we don't really get to see him full hero mode or anything, but he's on his way.
Sorry,
What was that?
I clicked the wrong thing. I don't know. I have a weird thing on my computer that I put my mouse over, and it goes, "Here's the weather. Here's the news." I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
annoying.
I hate when it does that on mine as well.
Yeah, oopsie daisy. Don't mind me. Okay, moving on. We got Toph. Okay, I'm upset because I had two people complain about Toph being a better character development story than Zuko, and neither of them are here. I only put Toph on for them, and now I'm upset because they're not here.
I mean,
Like, she definitely had some development because she used to be like, well, she used to be a stuck-up, spoiled, powerful, rich girl, and she's just now a stuck-up, powerful, blind girl still. But she has a little more room in her heart for people. But she's still not afraid to fight people or sass them.
I mean, if you, no, I couldn't argue that. I was like, if you want, I could argue being better than Zuko, but then I was like, I can't really.
Nah.
After like thinking about it, I'm like, even if I were to completely lie my way through it, it'd be a very difficult fight. Like,
yeah, like, she does have good character development, but I wouldn't put her anywhere near Zuko. It's like, nah, honey, nah. Like, your hardship was that you were blind and you were pampered by your parents who wouldn't let you go out to practice your bending. And now you're going out practicing your bending with the gang. You still have a bit of a rough attitude and personality, but you care about your friends now. So, I don't know.
I will say, funny blind girl. Guys, I see the island. You do? That's what I'd be saying if I could see.
Yeah, she's comedy gold. Everyone's like, what is this? I don't know. What is with you people? I am blind. I can't see what you're pointing at. I do appreciate funny haha Toph. I would maybe put her, did you really learn your lesson almost?
Yeah. Above Endeavor, though.
Oh, for sure. I was gonna put her above Vash even. Yeah.
Yeah, above both.
Yeah.
Above Pooh Bear.
Yeah, above Pooh Bear. The top Pooh Bear. So again, like, not a bad character, just did you really learn your lesson? Have you really grown as a person aside from being a more strong bender and having friends now? Like, what has really changed? Except for she having a crush on Sokka.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Toph and Sokka, definitely.
Yeah. All right, no worries, Dom.
That's the best.
Yeah. Apparently, there's like whispers of lore that, in the whatchamadiddle, Legend of Korra, one of Toph's daughters, the father is Sokka, and I'm like, what? No, get out. But I don't know, the argument is pretty sound. I'm like, gosh dang it, we need the authors just to come out and be like, okay, can you just make a whole storyline of what happens after to when they become adults? Like, I just want to know things.
I gotta know.
I gotta know. I need to know. I just need to know. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Oh, perfect. Dom's gonna be back in a bit, but you can probably talk about this character here because it's Dragon Ball and neither one of us have seen Dragon Ball. So, the talking stick is yours,
okay.
Jeremy.
Just go ahead and put him in Why Are You Here? You guys said you needed a haha funny, and it's Yamcha is the haha funny of character arcs.
Oh,
yeah.
Above or below Pooh Bear?
Below Pooh Bear.
Okay.
Pooh Bear learns things. Yamcha does not.
Okay, good.
Yamcha has such not a character arc. He has a girlfriend, and then he loses that girlfriend, and then that same girlfriend goes and has a kid with the person who killed him the first time. So it's really funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because in Dragon Ball, you could be brought back to life. So the bad guys invade, and
Mhm.
one of the bad guys is this guy named Vegeta. Vegeta
Oh.
is like
Yeah.
the king of bad guys, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, okay, servant, go kill him. And they kill him. And then and then he's brought back to life later on. And then after he gets brought back to life, his girlfriend's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're done. I don't want to see you anymore. And then like a couple years later, his girlfriend goes and has a kid with the person who got him killed to begin with.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so funny.
Talk about
Oh,
embarrassing. Holy smokes.
yeah. And then later on in the series, their kid is like 7 and could beat up Yamcha. It's great.
My gosh. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Sucks for him, but that's kind of funny.
Yeah, Yamcha is the epitome of bad character arcs.
Oh, jeepers. Well, shucks. Alrighty, well, Dom hasn't seen this one either, so we can move on. This is Satoru from Erased. If y'all haven't seen Erased, it is a bit of a mind thriller series, and it's really good. My husband said, "Why are you here? In a world of God and superpowered aliens, why are you here?" He watched it growing up and knows way too much about DB. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Lady M's husband agrees with you.
Yeah, me and your husband would be good friends. I need to have a conversation with this man. He understands. He understands the funny of Yamcha.
Oh man, good times, good times. But yeah, Erased is a bit of a mind thriller. It's kind of like a murder mystery type thing, but also mind thriller of like mind games and stuff. You're like, who's the bad guy? Who's done it? And this and that. This is the main character. And again, spoilers, guys. I'm sorry, but spoilers. So basically, the very first episode is him being as a kind of washed out manga writer, and he keeps going to try and get his story published, and everyone keeps saying like, I think you need to go back to the drawing board, like everything's just so dry and why not work for us and work on our manga stories and stuff. He's like, nah, I want mine. And so he just is just kind of alive and going through life in through the motions. Works as a pizza delivery guy to kind of cover his living expenses right now. But he's blessed with this ability of I call it the deja vu effect, where he'll be going about his day and suddenly will flash back like a few seconds up to a few minutes into his past. And because he's experienced this multiple times throughout his whole life, he's like, okay, something bad is about to happen, and I have like a tiny bit of time to fix it. And so apparently he's had this his whole life. Welcome back, Dom.
Thank you.
And so anyway, long story short, something happened when he was a kid. There was a series of murders of little girls in his class, in his school, and the police couldn't figure it out. They thought they found the guy, they arrested him, and I think, what was it? I think he was executed like a few months later. And so basically the adults tried to suppress the memories of all the kids, being like, hey, this is just a bad dream, don't worry about it, we won't talk about it or anything. And so, however, the killer resurfaces and for some reason is gunning for Satoru and ends up killing his mom. And he's running for his life because he got framed. Everyone's like, oh, he killed his mom. He's like, no, I need to find the murderer. Suddenly, he has a deja vu moment and goes all the way back to his childhood. And so he's like this grown man in a child's body being like, okay, I need to figure out like who the murder is, what went wrong. I have to try and fix it. And so again, he goes from being like kind of washed out, I'm just living life, I don't care to whatever, to like as he's going through trying to figure out who's the murderer and stuff, he finds joy in the little things. He better connects with his friends, he better appreciates his mom, and just finds a new reason for living and stuff. And so at the end, he's what is it? He like saved a couple people's lives. He saved his mom's life. He learned to listen to people, to care for people, and in the end, the very last episode, he's a popular manga writer because I think he like kind of writes stories based off his experience and stuff. And so, like, you don't see, like, he doesn't become, like, the world's greatest hero or anything, but in a few people's lives, they all recognize, like, hey, I would be dead if it wasn't for you, or I would be a loner if you hadn't come up to me and showed me what real friendship is and cared for me and stuff. And so, in a few people's lives, he is the hero. So it's not like a big, I am the superhero of the world, but to like his mom, his friends, his classmates, and a couple other people, they very much recognize like, yeah, no, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be this or whatever and stuff. And he's grown as a person. He cares about people. He cares about his job. He wants to do well in life. He wants to help people and stuff. And so it's cool to see him go from like, I'm just living to I want to live to the fullest. So again, not like extremely life-changing, but still a bit of a change. So I would put him probably somewhere in On Your Way to Being Amazing.
That sounds fair to me.
I put him at like the bottom, honestly.
Yeah.
Of On Your Way to Being Amazing.
That's fair. I can live with that.
Wait, someone's below Winnie the Pooh.
Oh yeah, you missed
that.
that.
Oh, that's Yamcha. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a time. There's someone below Winnie the Pooh, guys. That's they're bad way.
Dang.
I think this next one is yours, Dom. Yeah, Regina Miles slash Evil Mills. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I can't read when I'm live streaming. My bad, guys.
Okay, so Regina goes through a lot in the 7 seasons of the show. She starts out as just a farm girl who ends up falling in love and just wants to go live a simple life, to her mother killing her love of her life in front of her and forcing her to take the throne and marry the king. Which, because of this, sends her on a spiral because Snow can't keep a secret. Snow White. Don't tell that girl anything.
Dang.
Even as an adult, she can't keep a secret, man.
Oh my gosh.
So she goes through her whole villain arc, she takes them to a land without magic, which leads them to Storybrooke, which is essentially kind of where the show kind of begins. As you see them in Storybrooke and are trying to figure out what's going on. But she goes through so much, and at first she's still the villain until she realizes she needs something more in her life, that she wants that love again. And she's not finding it with someone in the town because, again, everyone's memories are wiped, and it's just basically whatever she's put in them. It's just kind of like an NPC going through the same thing over and over for everyone else other than her, because she knows the truth. So when she ends up adopting her son Henry, things start to change, and she starts to find that love and everything again. Now, when Emma comes to town, who is Henry's actual mom and also the daughter of Snow White and Prince Charming, and the savior of Storybrooke, at least at the beginning, so she has Regina has to deal with like finding that balance of knowing that her son loves her for her and not having to go all villain again just to keep him with her. So that's a whole good chunk of the first few seasons of the show is her trying to find that balance and also trying to not be seen as a villain and try to grow out of that.
Mm.
And by the end, it's very beautiful how things turn out because at the end she goes with adult Henry to help his story along. And sorry, I was looking at chat. Didn't finish it, but from what I saw of the show, I feel like she belongs in lower. They grow up so fast. That's
Mm.
from not knowing the ending. I did see her become good again, but just the start. Yeah, so she does have a couple of false starts with becoming good, but that's not always totally on her
Mm.
because of how people were treating her. It kept
That's
kind of
fair.
pushing her into that villain role, which again, part of the show is dealing with like the storybook concept of like, okay, this person's a villain, this person's a hero, and that's all they can be. Where it's like, no, they can grow out of who that is, like
Mm-hmm.
become their own person in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially with Regina being pushed into the villain role by her mother, who, yeah, her mother is a whole other thing, but
Big psycho.
yeah. Um, but it's just, I think it's really nice seeing her grow from like, okay, she just wanted a simple life, being forced into the role of a villain, essentially, going through all of that, to becoming essentially a hero of Storybrooke and just all that goes along with that. So, yeah. I don't think you guys know very much about her, do you?
No,
No.
I just saw it from
Okay.
the first season. Sadly, I need to get
Yeah.
into watching that again.
I will watch it with you.
Heck
It's
yeah!
good.
Let's go.
But yeah, I think her character development is very good, and yeah, I like it. So
That's awesome.
I'm I'm fine with somewhere and they grow up so fast. I think,
Okie dokie.
or either that or bottom of character arc goals.
Ooh. You know, hmm. I'd say if someone went from like the main villain to, I guess in a sense, a hero, I would say that's worthy of
Mm-hmm.
character arc goals.
Okay.
Yeah? Jeremy, how do
Yeah.
you feel about that?
I'm cool with that. Sounds good to me.
Alrighty, let's put her up there then. And you're okay with her being on the
I
bottom,
mean,
or?
Yeah, that's fine on the bottom.
Okay, cool beans.
it's pretty much the same thing with Zuko, Gara, and Itachi.
Uh-huh. It's true. We stand our villains to heroes.
Yes.
We salute you. Oh gosh. Okay, I threw this in for the memes. This is the one slurp. If you haven't seen the Lorax, it's okay. I don't think a lot of people have seen it. That's fine. So basically, this guy sets out to achieve his dream. His family and parents don't care about him. They make fun of him. It's like, okay, well, I still want to follow my dream. And so he does,
Mhm.
and he succeeds. And then his family shows up, like, oh, we love you. We support you. Whoa, let's do this. And they encourage him down a bad path. Meanwhile, the Lorax is like, don't do it. Like, you're going to regret it. Like, you should have done it this way instead, just to be safe. And he doesn't listen. He goes down that path, ends up destroying all the trees, and then there's no more business for him,
Mhm.
and his family leaves him because, oh, he's not bringing any more money. And then the Lorax leaves, and the animals leave, and he's left all alone to his demise. And then, but life goes on, yada yada yada. One of the main characters shows up, and this guy's like, "Don't do what I did. Like, save the trees." Is basically what the message of the story.
Yeah.
Save the trees. So in the end, he did a good by giving the last tree seed to a kid, and thus putting the weight of the world of trees on this kid's shoulder when he could have done it himself. And it's like, like, good job to try, but also you did nothing. You could have done anything. But no, you just went and hidden it. Which I guess, like, if we calculated, like, guilt and depression and stuff, like, yeah, that would have an effect on a person. But at the same time, you could have just went and planted the flippin' tree your flippin' self.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I'd either put him at...
Okay, I do have a counter argument for that.
Okay.
If he was thinking that if he went out and planted it, the one guy would just come and tear it down anyways, and then there would definitely be no trees. He could have still tried to have done something, but especially since he lived on the outside of everything, like, who was Billy, like a crazy old man coming and be like, "Oh yes, plant this thing and it'll help you." Like,
True. Well,
here's my counter argument, because I feel like he should be pretty low.
well, I'm not saying he should be high up. I'm just saying that's a small counter argument for.
Highest I'd put him is low. Did you really learn your lesson?
I think he should at least be above Endeavor.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that. I was gonna say I don't agree with that, but then I thought about all Endeavor, and then I was like, you know what, I agree with that.
That's fair. Oh, damn, I'm sorry. This is another spoiler one. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll deafen for a moment. Let me know when I can come back.
Okay, will do. Alright, so, Scar.
I don't think he should be that high up, honestly.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree. So, if anyone...
Yeah.
So this is Scar. Nobody knows his actual name. That's what they call him because he's got a freaking scar on his face, which I'm like, that's so rude. So original.
That's a wicked scar, though. It's
right?
A really cool scar.
Holy cannoli. But yes, anyway, he was part of the country of Ishval, and his people were basically slaughtered in a war that didn't need to happen, but just happened happened so the bad guys could get their way. And so he's out for vengeance. He wants to destroy whatever this country's name is, I forget. Anyway, so yeah, he's just out for vengeance and everything the whole time, because not only did his people get slaughtered, but also his brother was murdered. Or just died in the war. And so he's murdered. Yeah, I guess. So he's just out for blood. He's out for vengeance. I don't even remember how he comes around, but basically he gets sucked into this war between the homunculi and the people who know that there's homunculi.
The main character in the squad.
Yeah, basically. And so he doesn't like either side, but he knows he has a better chance with the main characters than he does with the homunculi. And ends up bumping into them quite a bit. And it's not until he meets a fellow Ishvalan who is actually in the army for this country. And he's like, how could you betray your kind? Yada yada rah. And the guy's like, yeah, that war was awful. Yes, our people suffered greatly. But you know what? There's still good and bad people on both sides. And I was offered to come be a good guy with other good guys on this side, because we're going to take down the corruption on this side. Because they also recognize that there's bad people on this side and they want to take them down. And so basically offers him an olive branch to let go of the past and try and save another country from being slaughtered. And I guess it motivates him enough, because then he joins their side. And then he decides to, at the very end, it's like, oh yeah, everyone gets a happy ending. And he decides to stay with the whatchamadoodle, the same government group that brought on his friend. And that's it. Basically.
Yeah. He's a so-so development.
Yeah.
It honestly, he's a. Did you really learn your lesson? Still above Endeavor, but like, did you really learn your lesson?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd put him above the Onceler. I don't know if I'd put. I don't know if I'd put him above Vash or not.
I would put him above Vash
Yeah.
because Vash only had his morals questioned once.
True.
This guy kept running into the same issue of morality in this case, and he was even offered a way to become better, and he decided to take that option instead of just
That's fair.
pursuing the anger.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I can agree with that. Then, would you also say he should go above Toph?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Okay.
Toph didn't really change much.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. He's going above. Excuse me. Scooch over, please. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Dom, come back.
Come back.
Hello.
Come back. Welcome back. Yay. All right. We are moving on. Oh, it's Yona. Okay, so I don't think either of y'all or anyone in chat has seen this series, which I'm kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
This was another, I think, really good anime that just kind of got dropped. Like it was supposed to have a second season, it didn't get its second season, and I'm still upset because there was such a good progressive storyline from my understanding, and it just.
What's the name of this anime?
Yona of the Dawn. So basically it's set in like an older kingdom time, and she's a princess of the land. She was very pampered and spoiled and stuff as a child. She had two best friends. One was what was it? A prince from a neighboring country that was kind of sent to them as like a mutual, okay, we're going to be at peace with each other. Here, we're sending our son as a good measure. Take care of him. If you don't, then we're going to attack your country. So she had a crush on him growing up, but they were best friends. She also had best friends with basically her bodyguard, who was also a kid being trained to protect the princess when he grew up. And then, of course, as one does on a rainy day, she witnesses her father being murdered by her best friend, who was the prince of a neighboring country.
Oh.
And he. It's. What's the word I'm looking for? It's hinted at that he was going to murder her next. But later you find out he was going to, like, no, I was going to marry you and then you'd be safe and whatever. But it's implied that, no, she's going to be murdered next. And so a bodyguard comes and rescues her and takes her away. And through a series of random events, they find out that, oh, she is the reincarnation of this great king back in the day who had four powerful dragons on his side, and with them they brought the country together, and there was peace in the land, and he ruled and reigned over the kingdom as a great king. And so she gets told that you need to go gather the dragons, and she's like, what the heck, there's dragons? And so basically they go on this journey of recruiting these literally just people with one dragon ability, because they're in their, apparently they turned into their human forms and were reincarnated as humans. Welcome back, Lady M.
Welcome back.
And
welcome back.
It's really good. You get to kind of journey through, because each of them has a different personality and different hardships in life. But all the while, Yona is exposed to, oh, life isn't perfect. I was very sheltered in the kingdom. Our kingdom is actually, like, my father wasn't the greatest king. There are people starving, there's famines, there's people left to fend for themselves from bandits and all those sorts of stuff. So yes, like, and you kind of bounce back and forth between her perspective and the prince's perspective. And yeah, he was very much like, no, he's not a good king, and I need to. He's kind of pressured by his father, I think, to take over. But yeah, like, he wasn't a good king like she thought her father was. But again, like, he cared for his daughter, so he wanted to make sure she was okay. But yeah, he wasn't the greatest king. And so she kind of goes through a learning period of what this kingdom needs. And if she was able to reclaim her throne, she's like, I want to fix this. I want to do better in this. And she learns to fight. She learns to understand politics. She learns to be brave. She learns to speak her mind. She learns to stand for justice. And it's a really cool journey along the way. And again, the very last episode, she gets to the point where she finds all the dragons and makes friends and grows and learns, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go fight for my kingdom now. Now that I understand what this country needs, I want to go fight for that. And that's the end! They didn't follow along with the manga, they just kind of dropped it like a hot rock. Like, or on High School Host Club and all the other fun ones that I love, they just dropped it. To be continued. Joke's on you, we're not continuing it. And it's like,
that's always the worst.
I hate it so much. Because yeah, it was such, I need to find all the manga and just spend all my money on it, because it's such a good, anyway. So yeah, so we don't quite get there, but we're getting there with the anime.
Maybe on your way to being amazing? Question mark?
I'd either put her tippy top of that or bottom of They Grow Up Fast, because she goes from like scared, timid, spoiled rich kid to I'm gonna have a game of chicken with a pirate and I'm gonna shoot him in between the legs just to prove a point.
True. Yeah. I'm cool with bottom of They Grow Up Fast.
Okay. Dom, how do you feel?
That's fine with me.
Okie dokie. Boom. I won't put her past Tony, don't worry. Tony stays there.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Okay, that's one I kind of threw in for kicks and giggles. This is the only character I like from Inuyasha. And he's kind of a jerk.
Oh.
Isn't that the main villain of like the first season?
Yep. Yep. Let me put it this way. So basically, this is Inuyasha's half brother. He is full demon, whereas Inuyasha, his mother, was human. So this guy's very much like, we are the ultimate species. We should reign and rule over humans. Humans are just bugs under our feet. However, I don't remember if it's in the first. I think it's in the second season. But however, like, he battles Inuyasha and sees, like, why do you care about these people? Like, obviously, like, you're just a mutt because your mom was a human and whatnot. But he learns, like, okay, like, he really cares for humans. Why do you care for humans? And he's left kind of, like, curious of, like, why. And then the second season, he ends up rescuing this little girl from bandits and just takes her along with him. And the whole time is like, I'm annoyed, but you're insufferable and wah. But anyone tries and touches her, he's like, I'm gonna rip your head off. Like, don't touch the kid. And so anyway, so you see that little bit of change, like, okay, like, he's softening up to humans. He's not out to, like, destroy all the humans. He's just kind of, like, on a life journey of, like, I'm just gonna explore and travel and whatever. And all along the way, he gets a soft spot for this little kid who's just like, my parents are dead, so hey, you protected me, I'm gonna follow you. It's just like...
Fair enough.
So anyway, he is, well, I guess except for some fox spirit that is friends with Inuyasha and the girl or whatever, but every other character is so insufferable. I cannot stand them. This is the only character I'm like, you know what? I get it. Humans suck some days. Like, I get it, man. I get it. Thanks for the hydrate, Lydium. And the posture check.
And the posture check.
I would put this fella, personally, I'd put him below.
Below who?
Toph. Sorry, I thought I said it louder.
Oh no, I think your
Oh, you're
mic
good.
glitched again. Okay, no, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Yeah. Sesshomaru. I also just really think his name's cool.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't really know who he is, but sounds good.
That's fine. He's kind of one of those like broody. I'm grumpy, but I have a soft spot for certain individuals. But I'm gonna be broody anyway.
I'm a grumpy fella, but there's this one person I really like, but I'm grumpy about it.
Yeah, basically. That's okay. I just threw him on for kicks and giggles because again, I didn't want it to be too over the top, but we have a nice balance of like top and bottom like that.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced
That's
right
pretty
now.
good. I think we done good. Also, has anyone seen Attack on Titan?
I have.
No.
Okay.
I have.
This guy kept popping up on mixed reviews. So some said he was like best character development, and others said worst villain. It's like what? I'm confused.
I'm going to say where I would put him, and then I'm going to tell you why. Because this is going to be some very high praise. I would put him above Gaara. So genuine.
Really?
And the reason, yes, so serious. Even though the writing is a little bit sloppy towards the end, basically, Eren Yeager is the main character back on Titan, and we follow his journey throughout the anime and the manga of him growing up and learning about the world around. Originally, it was like, oh, Titans have trapped us. We are the last humans on the world, and this is it. We're just caged animals waiting to die. And then trauma strikes, and his mom gets eaten in front of him, and he makes this vow to kill every Titan in the world. He's like, I will kill every single one of them. None of them will survive. He sets out to become the Terminator of big people.
Dang.
And as the story continues and more of the world is unrolled to us, we see his development and his demeanor change. Before, he was very optimistic, full of life, full of energy. Halfway through, he's not as full of energy. Like, once he's really in the military and everything starts happening, you can see the life draining out of him. He's more full of anger and resentment towards both the people and the Titans around him. And eventually, once they learn that they're not the only people in the world left, and that the Titans and their home are just test for another country, it spirals him. All this anger he's felt, the loss of his family, it sets him off. And he goes from our main character to our main antagonist instantly. And we see as he develops over the years, he goes from this like optimistic hero who's going to save the day to, I'm going to watch the world burn, and I'm going to make sure you're watching with me. And you can really see it because there's a scene later on in the series where someone who's a spy is pretending to take another spy hostage, and the other spy that is quote unquote being taken hostage is this little girl. And she's like, hey, you tell me what I want to know, or I'll kill you, and then I'll kill that little girl. And she has a gun to Eren's head. And he's just like, okay, do it then. If I'm that invaluable that you can kill me right now, the most important thing to your country, do it. Pull the trigger. I dare you. He even grips the gun and like puts it to his head. And he's like, do it. And he's sitting there grinning at her. The most sinister thing I have seen in years. He's just like, do it. Pull the trigger. And she's like, I can't. And she drops the gun. He's like, yeah, that's what I thought. And it's insane. He's off the hinges. Gone. No railing anymore. It's
just gone. Just oof.
Yeah, he becomes such a horrible person. But the development of this character throughout the series is immaculate.
Dang. You know, as tempted as I am to put him up high, I feel like the majority of actually everyone. I feel like as much as he has character development, I feel like it's regression when it comes to being a good guy. Now, if he could take that passion and put it towards doing good once again, it'd be another story for me. But just hearing that and from other people's opinions I've heard, I'm like, so that was the straw to break the camel's back.
We're not talking about if the character development was good or bad. It's just if it was like actually I'm phrasing it incorrectly. We're not talking about if he became a good guy or a bad guy. We're talking about if the character development was good. And whether you like the character or not, the character development is honestly peak. It's because
okay. If we're putting him up top, I vote for bottom of that row then.
I would strongly disagree. Because like yes, we see all these characters come from like bad starts and they develop to be cool. The only one that like really contends with Eren is Gaara. And the reason I say that is because Gaara, even though he started bad and became good and he had a wonderful character, Gaara is the only one on that list that really affected the entire highway of the entire story. Like everything hinged on that character. It's the same thing with Eren. Because after Eren started to master the abilities he had, and this is where the bad writing comes in, but it's still good character development.
Wait. You're commenting on bad writing.
Whoa. No. No. There's a difference. I'm commenting on.
Guys.
No, hold on. I'm commenting on bad writing that it still happened. I feel like it shouldn't have happened, but I'm still saying it did happen, and that's what I'm going off. You're saying that it was bad writing and it shouldn't have happened, and because it shouldn't have happened, that it justifies a different. There's a complete difference in the argument.
Okay, even though the writing sucked with what happened to Loki, it did happen, and his character development, it doesn't matter. It still was really good throughout the movies. Like, again, there's a whole rant with that, with how he died. But even though he died, he still died, and he wasn't a villain at the end.
He was still pretty villainous. He kind of was.
No.
Ow.
He was mischievous, but he wasn't a villain. That's different.
My 2 cents?
Yeah.
Yeah, go
ahead. When I was reading about Eren and his character eventually, I'm gonna come sit down again, guys.
Okay.
Okay, so this guy's a mass murderer from my understanding, so
sorta.
And that's why I feel like he should definitely at least go below Regina, or Regina also should be moved up because of like everything she went through. I did bottom just because like you guys don't really know who she is. And so I don't know who this character is. I don't think he should go above Regina.
I respect the choice of being like, oh, I don't know who this character is, or you guys don't know who this character is, so I'm lower than what I think. I'm not gonna do that because I feel like that he should go higher. I've
let a lot of things go higher just because I don't know who they are. This is one I'm gonna put my foot down on.
I'm not humble. I will fight tooth and nail for this. This is a hill that I'm more than willing to die on. I have the high ground.
I will say I've seen
Excuse me?
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna get kicked.
I'm gonna
What were you gonna say? Yeah.
I was gonna say, I've seen the first, like, what, 2-3 seasons of Attack on Titan? And
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like this guy. He just seems like your cliche.
Mhm. Okay, where would you put him based on your
Well, I can't
what you've
deny
seen?
if we're gonna respect Jeremy with the writing and characterization and stuff, he's gotta go in arc goal. I wouldn't say he's goals, but I would say, from what I've heard, he's written really well. He might not be my favorite,
Mhm.
he might not be a good guy, but he is written, his whole arc is like, just sets him up for a downward spiral, and they do it very well. Now, do
Mhm.
I think he deserves to go above a lot of these characters? No, because I think they were also written very well. However, I'm gonna put him
Mhm.
in top tier because I can respect a well written character and a good storyline and some good lore. But that's as far as I go. And I'm leaving. Bye, guys.
Where would you put him in the top tier?
Yeah, where would you put him?
Hold on a second.
Oh, wait, were you asking me or
I'm
asking?
coming back to my
I
chair.
was asking Kat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get back to my chair. Okay.
Okay.
I would put him. How about this, Dom? And Jeremy, you as well. I'd put him under Itachi, but maybe put Regina above him, just from what I also know about her.
Which one's Itachi? So I can...
Sorry. Above
Right,
Violet.
Okay.
Kobe!
Hi, Kobe!
Hi, Kobe!
We used to be Chats with Cat. Now we're the Titanaholics.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello, hi, Kobe.
Hello, it's me.
It's us. We're friends.
We're friendly. Hi.
We're
Yeah, sorry.
friends.
Carry on, Jeremy. Carry on.
I would agree to putting Regina below Rocket and Aaron above Itachi.
Really?
I would. I genuinely
You'd put him above Itachi.
I have seen Naruto and Naruto Shippuden a million times over, and I would still put Eren Yeager's character development over Itachi.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm good with that. And there you have it, sports fans. There we go. Hold on a second, let me see if I can zoom in.
We completed a tier list in one episode.
Oh
we did
my
it.
gosh, guys, we did it. It's amazing. Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's gross. There we go.
Oh, you mean Winnie the Pooh, but again? No, it's don't worry. Good character, bad character development.
Yeah.
He kind of only had one moment that really questioned his morals, and then after that, he was like, "Well, I'm gonna keep doing my thing."
Oh, one more?
Wait, who?
One more?
You're missing her.
Regina? Oh, she
We
right here.
moved him.
She right here.
We moved her.
Yeah, she up here.
Yeah.
Aaron's down there.
She's right there.
Itachi's down there. Violet's down there. Oh, zoom out?
Zoom out? What?
Did we?
Oh. But what about that? I mean...
Oh, you're good, Lydium.
Oh, are we that lagged? Oh, sorry, hon.
It's kind of lagged, yeah.
Bummer. I have.
Well, not much about that.
Issues.
He's cool, I guess. This was a tier list on like character development, or like their character arcs.
Yeah,
and
yeah. So
Yeah.
Vash has always been for love and peace since he was a wee little lad. So the only thing
Yes.
that
He was a
changed in his
youngin'.
character was whatchamadoodle. From the wording, it's like y'all think, no, he didn't fail. We're just talking about character development. So Vash from the very beginning was all about love and peace for humanity. Whereas the only change was when Wolf would challenge him like, hey, sometimes you gotta take a life to save a life. And Vash was like, no, nobody taking no lives ever. And so we're just kind of like, in the end, he still managed to save his brother, which I'm like, that's great, good for him. But at the same time, it's like, oh, did he actually learn from Wolfwood and stuff? So, anyway.
I'm also just not a fan of his character, so I can't rank him very high, but that's me.
It's very much old school anime style of the main character's got to be goofy, flirty, don't take seriously unless it's serious time. But no, I agree. I love Trigun. Trigun's a very good series. I enjoy. But yeah, this is what we decided on.
I just want to say that if Charles was here, me and him would be in agreement. Aaron Yeager. I'm just saying. He would.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guess what?
But
Charles is
isn't
not here right now. So
Oh,
That's
Charlie.
why I'm willing to die on this hill for him.
You guys talk about Charles and Charlie pops up behind me. I'm like, oh, hi, baby. Yeah, there we go. Guys,
and again,
we did
I'm
it.
sorry. We put a lot of people above that I have no clue. I'm not breaking on this last one. So
Oh, that's totally
sorry.
fine. That is
Watch
it.
more anime.
Yeah,
Well, I watched
we'll watch
it
more
on
anime together.
afternoon.
Yeah,
Look, we have set times to watch things, and I'm like, what do you want to watch? I don't know.
Well, because I don't know what is and isn't on anime, and I don't want to take away from you guys.
It's called us.
You guys. Oh, okay, all right. Then ask me all the animes and shows that are on the list for me, State and Cat to watch. Go ahead. I'll tell you the answer. I don't know. It's a plethora of many things that are constantly added to. I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Guys, we finished it. I'd say that's a good job well done. We succeeded. Huzzah. And yes, Sashomaru, I don't remember much about it, Kobe, and I didn't finish the series, but I do know that he did start to have a change of heart. So, I am happy for that. Charlie, don't you dare.
Charlie.
I thought she was gonna scratch my shoulder and I was gonna be upset again. I'm like, my gosh. This is when I lose my mind. But yeah. That's oh, Charlie. You cannot fit on my arm. Your entire body cannot balance on my arm, you little psycho. Sorry, for anyone wondering, I have a cat, and she thinks she's smaller than she is, which she kind of is, but kind of not. I don't know. Anyway, oh my gosh. Oh yes.
Hi, Leica.
Leica! Oh my gosh! Welcome in, friend. How's it going?
Leica.
What's up?
Hold on, real quick. Leica, have you seen all of Attack on Titan?
We're not changing it. It is set. It's not being moved, so stop.
No, I'm not trying to change it. I just want to know that there's someone that I can have an agreement with on this.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a second.
Leica don't agree with him.
Dave, oh, sorry, Charlie. You were supposed to go.
Sadly, yes. The ending is Garbo. I will say, the ending of the show. Leica, did or did not Eren Yeager have one of the most amazing character developments throughout the entire series? From optimistic hero to pessimistic villain. Like, honestly. It was
Okay,
peak character.
he's
What do you
the
mean,
top
no?
tier.
All right,
Thank you, hey, you want to be friends?
we're gonna have a conversation as soon as this stream is over. Be prepared. We're gonna have a talk.
See, he should
Funny.
be lower. He should be lower.
No, he should not. Just
Yes,
because you
he
don't know him doesn't
should.
mean he should be lower.
I mean, like I said. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Leica. We haven't talked a whole lot. I'm sorry.
Well, Leica likes
Here.
to be mean to me, and I
I'll
like to be
share
mean
my
to Leica,
banana
so.
bread. I share my banana bread with you, Leica.
Me and Leica as friends have a love-hate relationship. I appreciate him, but I hate him, and he appreciates me, but he hates me.
Oh, I'm upset.
What?
Dave just ended stream.
He did?
Yeah, but he was literally streaming for almost 2 hours and it was just him. I'm like, what? No! Like, yeah, because everyone who'd be watching you is busy in streams right now.
Very true. Me and Leica just bully each other. Yeah. Next time we're in the same VC together, we're gonna have to have a conversation. Very serious conversation about the audacity you have.
The audacity.
We are ending. We managed to finish a tier list in one episode, so we did really good.
Right.
Look at us go, folks. And we did, what was it, 23 characters?
Something like that, yeah.
I think so.
It was over 20.
Yeah, over 20. We did over 20 in under 3 hours. I'm so proud of us. Eat it, Will!
Yeah, we did really good.
It's fine. I giggle. I snort, I chuckle, I giggle. Funny joke.
May I suggest a person to raid into?
Oh, for sure.
Willing?
Thanks, Em.
It is.
Thanks.
Thank you, G10_gaming. He's playing Halo, and he's a good friend of mine.
G10_gaming.
Gaming. Yeah. Be warned, I'm fairly certain he does say no words. So, yeah, take that into consideration before you decide to raid or not raid.
Where did you put Levi? Oh, we didn't put Levi on there.
Oh, Levi's not on there.
Who?
Levi, another character from Attack on Titan. Yeah.
Oh, man. He shooketh. Okay, so G10_.
Hey, I don't know Attack on Titan, so I couldn't even add that person. So
Levi's great. We were just doing character development, and I don't know enough about Levi of his character development, so
thank you.
it's fine.
Hey, I didn't make the list, okay?
Hey, I offered you multiple times to tell me characters to add. You gave me 2. You gave me 1, and then you gave me another one when I was needing more.
I gave characters.
You gave 2.
That's all I could think of at the time.
You know what, like,
you couldn't even think of a Star Wars character?
I got too much going on in my life right now. I can't. But yes, thank you all for being here, Dom, Jeremy. Yes. Thank you for all the kicks and giggles. Even though Dom, this is your channel as well, just thanks for the kicks and giggles.
Of course.
Chat, thanks for being here.
I'm the only guest here.
Jeremy's a special guest. Oh, who's barking currently? Oh, woof, woof.
That's my dogs. They say hi.
Oh, hi, doggos. They say hi back.
I will.
Laika, I'm barking. Oh, that's Laika. Laika, get in here.
Yeah. Leica came to visit, and I left him in the living room. So
Uh, did you at least leave him with snacks?
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. I
Oh,
did.
good.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
Leica, you didn't eat all your snacks, did you?
Maybe.
Leica, my money is finite, Leica. I don't have a lot. I can't keep buying you more snacks.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll give you more banana bread, Leica. You'll be fine.
There you go. Alrighty. Well, we are going to be rating out. Yeah. Let's go rate Jeremy's friend. We're going to be rating G10
Okay.
_gaming. Again, not family friendly. Might say some no words, but we like to support our streamer friends. So,
Do we have raid message or did we forget to make that?
we forget a message.
Okay.
No.
I'll add it to the to-do list.
Okay. We could just all go in and be like, Dom could be like, Jeremy's wrong, and Jeremy runs in and be like, Dom's wrong, and I'm like, Mom and Dad are fighting. I don't know what to do anymore.
I'm cool with that. Hold on, let me type that up real quick. Copy paste it.
Everybody's wrong. Oh, it's funny. Hee hee ha ha, funny joke.
Copy. I literally just have Dom's.
Oh my word.
Dom's
Opinions
wrong.
are lies, it's debate time. I actually like that one.
That's amazing.
I'm cool with that.
Hold on, I was like,
Yeah,
emotes.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Are we doing the opinions or lies?
I'm adding something to mine.
Yeah, I wanna hold on a sec. There we go. Yeah, I got this one. Opinions are lies, it's debate time.
Okay.
I wanna see what Dom has first before I start this raid though. I wanna see that.
Mine's just for me with what we were doing. I'm just adding.
Perfect. Jeremy's just gonna be like, Dom's wrong, I'm right. Haha.
No, I got the opinions are lies one.
Okay. Alrighty, well let's go ahead and raid out then. G10 _gaming.
Okay.
There we go. Oh my gosh. Where's the duck gone now?
He's fine. He's just backstage. He's ready to clean up the leftover popcorn.
Okay, well,
it's fine.
Let's get out of here then.
That one's not my duck. That one's not my duck.
That one's not your duck.
I don't know what duck that is.
Well, I don't know whose duck that is either. My gosh. Oh, somebody let their crickets
sorry.
loose.
Those are
your crickets?
Those are mine. My bad.
Are you feeding your duck those crickets or?
No, I don't have a duck. The duck is here to eat my crickets.
Oh my gosh, guys! This is a studio. This is a filming studio. Animals
I couldn't leave them at the cafe by themselves. Do you want them at the cafe by themselves?
Just take them home.
It'll be lonely.
Just take them home.
But they like it here. It's
Where's
nice and
Fitz
cozy.
then?
Yeah, they get plenty of popcorn.
Where's
Fitz
Fitz
right
then?
This is right here. He works at the cafe during the day and then he comes home.
Oh well then. Well shucks. Okay then. Well.
Yeah, like Laika's met Juan. Juan the cricket's really cool. Trust me, he's chilling.
Alright,
See,
well,
he's just
oh my
chilling.
word.
Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you guys next Friday, same time, same place. Remember, you're awesome and loved. Bye.
Bye.
Y'all a bunch of psychos. Get out of here, you duck!